Deck the halls, cause Geekset's coming. Fa la 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 la. Libin, Deuce, and Digit, Ronnie. Fa la 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 la. Tis the season to geek out. Fa la 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 la. Deck the halls, cause Geekset's coming. Fa la 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 la.
Yo, all right, man, welcome back to the Geekset Podcast, the only podcast that blend hip-hop culture and geek culture together. I'm your boy Deuces in the building. With me, I got my man Liv.
It's your boy. Damn, I ain't even got nothing snazzy to say today. It's the Puerto Rican Santa.
Puerto Rican Santa Claus.
Why do you say Santa in? Like, why do you say Santa?
And why you back up now?
I'm just. Don't worry, y'all.
Okay.
Sorry,
As always, I got my man Bacardi in the building.
Rondolph today.
Rondolph in the building.
It's Dolph.
It's Dolph. And we got Didge in the building.
What is happening, people?
And if you are listening to this and watching this, you heard our new intro, man, our holiday intro, courtesy of the homie Liv.
Liv out here going ham.
Santa
I'm getting on my groove, album coming soon, 2021.
You think gonna give us a Michael Bublé? You know what I'm saying?
We over there stressing these vocals,
If you are paying attention, we officially have auto-tune at the studio now.
Right.
Be in there hitting them high notes. You don't know, I might be the first. I might be the first Puerto Rican singer with auto-tune on a salsa track. You don't know.
That's how you gonna do it. You gonna break it out.
I'm surprised that ain't a thing yet.
I'm sure it's got to be somewhere.
Someone tried it.
I got popcorn kernels in. Man, shout out to Popcorn World. They gave me some barbecue.
Dog, she
popcorn.
filled that to the top.
Hey, she fill them up good, man. Shout out to Cornell's wife.
I'm so mad that I forgot
I still
about
got
this.
I'm
so mad I forgot about it.
We treat your friend better than you treat him.
Fam,
and I know he listening right now.
My life be in shambles, fam. I'm all over the place. Like he gonna realize it because he gonna get the message. He got the message already. Like I messaged him like, bro, I'm salty that I forgot to get the drink.
Speaking of messages, he told me about how Bacardi told the story wrong.
What story?
What story it was about? Damn it! It was some story he told, and it was about him. And he said that you had the details all wrong, and he called you immediately like, "Hey man, that's how it was." And you said, and Bacardi was like, "But it sounds better, so we gonna keep it like how I told it."
Well, I don't remember. I don't want to throw out any other like stories that I might not have said. You know what I'm saying? So I don't remember this.
I gotta remember. He'll probably because he
gonna definitely let me know because
he was telling us too. He said after the last episode, he went and bought a whole pack of honey buns.
Dog.
Hey,
nigga said honey bun stock rolls after that convo fell.
Like, real, we need to get a sponsorship or something. Y'all saw it went up in Milwaukee.
On this
and maybe on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Outside of Milwaukee as well.
Look at us.
We national, baby.
We don't need no more honey buns, fam, on here.
Oh, I'm looking like Daddy Santa in this motherfucker. I'm looking at myself in the camera. Look
you
at me.
You cannot believe how you look right now, fam.
Look at me.
I know we festive as a bitch.
Fam,
this is our Christmas episode.
Rocky got a glimpse at her future. When you 50, you gonna have a snow daddy. Look at me.
Snow daddy.
Snow daddy.
But what y'all been up to?
Beard finna be white.
Snow Frito Poppy.
Snow Frito Poppy.
Wait, hold on. Being that we are talking about the holidays, I got gifts for niggas.
You got gifts for niggas,
bro?
You
got gifts?
Bro, it's the same damn box that he been bogarting all day.
What ain't no PS. I already said it ain't no PS5, so
it ain't. It's too thin to be a PS. He probably got a PS1 in there.
There's a picture of a PS5.
A picture of a PS5.
What it is, it's cardboard cutouts.
Give me that right now.
Hold on.
Give me that right now.
Hold on, bro.
It's sitting right here.
Yeah, no.
It comes out the white. So it's actually you pop out the white and you pop out and it's you.
Hey, hold on, cuz you can't put the bottom up on me, man. We gonna be fighting over here.
I'm gonna pop mine out right now. Let me see.
Chilling here for the rest of the
we out here.
episode.
Oh yeah, we definitely kicking it.
So Merry Christmas, my niggas.
Thank you.
Thank you. You know what
We
I'm saying?
chilling the rest of the episode.
Like,
Rudy really showing off this rapper money.
ain't he though?
He came with like the last few years we ain't getting nothing.
Right, Rudy out here being Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball is there, fam.
Yeah,
I get it. Fam, you want to do take all the little pieces out.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand this motherfucker right here, right
You
now.
ain't gonna be on camera standing up, fam. It's gonna be a little head. That's all it's gonna be.
I don't want it to be
You gotta put that nigga in the middle between y'all.
Yeah, man.
Man, you don't know what you're doing with it.
I absolutely do not know what I'm doing.
It didn't come with instructions on how to set it up. So.
Okay. Look, I think I'm supposed to bend. Oh, look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, you showing your fucking beard right now.
But yeah, I thought that'd be dope. You know, mine's is coming. I got y'all's first. Mine's is coming later, but I was like, I wanted to get.
Oh, this nigga shit finna be dipped in gold or some shit.
Not real. His shit about to be ruby studded out.
Whenever that mean he looked extra on his.
No.
You know what
Shit gonna be moving.
I just said
nigga, this shit gonna be real AR, nigga. Like, pull your phone. Like, if you look at mine with your phone, I dance and shit, nigga. Like,
he got the special app version.
No.
Oh, here, place it back there. These is huge. This cannot.
That's what I said. They good size and shit too. That's dope, ain't it, bro?
On the real, it is.
Here, you can place.
so you not gonna put?
No.
Nah, I gotta.
Because they too big. We can't have them both there.
Oh, y'all can do what Liv did. Set it up. No.
I mean, I want.
Cardi gonna be holding hands like this.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I thought this was dope. When I saw it, I was like, I'm getting these niggas in. And
I appreciate that.
This is definitely dope. I appreciate this, fam. Thanks, boss. You know what I'm saying?
But I guess I'll go to answer your question earlier about what we've been up to. I ain't been on shit.
Did you ask what that?
Yeah, he
I
asked
did.
that.
I did.
Then he jumped in and was like, since we talking gifts and stuff.
Yeah, got presents for niggas, man.
But I ain't really been on shit. I've been watching anime. Watched the last 2 episodes of The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
That shit was
Mandalorian. So why y'all doing that since y'all be gonna be?
Yeah, since y'all in the process of doing that. We can talk the last.
We don't get gifts a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I want you to enjoy that so I can talk to Mandalorian.
So we can talk about Mandalorian.
Yeah, y'all, I told y'all I thought I actually was ahead.
So I'm letting y'all know now. Spoiler alert.
This is spoiler for the last 2 episodes.
Spoiler alert.
I popped on that first episode of Mandalorian like, oh, I didn't see none of this.
Because
I was in like I thought I was in like episode 4, so I was like, oh, I don't remember none of this.
Here's where Mandalorian went a different route from other shows that.
Damn, look like I'm gonna be silent for another
No,
35 minutes.
Us both. I didn't see the whole second season.
I barely seen the first episode of the first
It's
season.
really good though.
We'll run it quick.
So,
We'll run it quick.
Let me get my chime in though, since I ain't got nothing to do with the show.
We talk about his dark materials today though.
Yeah, we definitely gotta talk about that. Whoever I love The Mandalorian so much because of how the intro goes. Because
that's Ludwig Göransson.
Yep.
Because the sound of the Mandalorian title name just gives me such a dirty, hairy, Western, the way that look like where you have that scene and then it just comes in like that.
Yeah.
It feels like you're watching like Bonanza or some shit, like some really old.
Yeah, no, that's
like
Ludwig Göransson. He a cold composer.
Yeah, that shit is cold.
So this is where this Star Wars franchise, Mandalorian, it differs from any other show that's part of a major franchise, because like when you think about like the Netflix Marvel shows, right? Where there was like, all right, we'll get some C-listers or some of the people from the main shows, but you're not gonna get that many. Even Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean, you got Coulson, but you didn't really get a lot of the main characters. In this season finale, they brought the main character into the Mandalorian. Nigga, we got Luke Skywalker on the Mandalorian.
He came in.
Hold on, real Luke?
Real Luke. Young Luke.
They use like the de-aging thing, so he's supposed to be young
But
Luke.
it's
remember, it's supposed to be set right after episode 6.
Right.
So
it's young Luke, but it's the young Luke from the movies.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
And
it's fun.
obviously Mark Hamill, he voiced it and everything.
Yep.
So like it sounds just like him and all of that.
It's funny because I was telling Didge when it happened, like if you're following the story, again, spoiler alerts, if you're following the story, they had Baby Yoda sit on this rock and they said that if you meditate,
if you call out to a
Jedi would hear it, right? So we knew a Jedi was coming. We didn't know which one. So then in this scene, you see the wing fighter, and I'm like,
the X-wing fighter,
and I'm like, no.
So to set it up to like why that was so like there's these dark troopers. They're like supercharged stormtroopers. They said the weakness is supposed to be that they took out the human aspect. So they're droids, like Rudy said. And so they're basically, they already took over the ship, but there's a platoon of dark troopers that is basically
at the door.
Yeah, they're at the door trying to bust in.
Okay.
And so everything looking bleak because it took Mando a shit ton to just take out one.
Bro, I thought Mando was done.
Yeah.
He was that droid was flying Mando in the face. And
he started hitting him into the wall. Like Mando was getting his ass.
I was like, yo, he's looking sad for Mando.
He was definitely lucky to get that one.
Yeah.
And then it was probably a platoon.
It was probably like 20 plus.
Yeah, because they was on multiple levels of the ship.
Yeah.
And so shit was looking sad. Everybody, you could tell like when the music get all kind of disparity.
Yep.
And like Then all of a sudden,
X-wing fighter.
Yeah, you can see like somebody was like, there was an X-wing. They made like the joke like, oh, cool.
Well, no. Not only they made the joke, there was like there's an X-wing fighter, and then she was like only one.
She was like, oh, cool, we're gonna be saved.
Yeah, but then it was like they only sent one, but not knowing, that's the one, nigga.
And so you see like the person get off the ship, and you just see that like they got the hood up, like all the Jedi in the sim.
And you see the lightsaber, but you don't see the color because it's in black and white on the security footage.
Oh, okay. So okay, yeah.
You knew it was something because Grogu, his ears sort of perked up. So he like looking around, you can see him like kind of perk up.
Like, okay.
So he knew whoever he spoke to must have showed up.
Yep.
And obviously we don't know who he spoke to. Then they start going to, as he's taking out the dark troopers. You finally see the color, and that was first. That was
the first. And it was the green saber, and I'm like, no.
So I sit up in my seat, and this is probably like 8 this morning. So like I sit up in my seat, supposed to be working, but I'm doing that.
Now you done.
Oh yeah.
Now we on break.
You like,
now we idle.
Like, I see that, and then I'm like, there's no way. And then the next scene, as he's taking out more, you sort of see the robotic hand.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's Luke. And so then immediately I'm like, damn it, I know nobody else watched this yet.
Yeah.
Who can I take?
But see, this is what Dish said, and I was like, this was not spoiled anywhere. Usually, like the reports, like Luke is going to show up.
Yeah.
Luke, like this was, they kept this under wraps.
I look all through like Star Wars Twitter.
Yeah.
No one said anything about this.
Because I was asking Dish, so I finally played Jedi Fallen Order. And Didge was saying that most people thought it was going to be the Jedi from that game that was going to show up, which is played by Cameron Monaghan.
They thought it was going to be him or Ezra Bridger from the Clone Wars series.
Yeah. Makes sense. I mean, that would make sense.
So
where does like now you just add like where's Luke because is this something that we just don't know what happened in Luke life?
That was the thing because we didn't know we never knew what happened between episode 6 and 7. There's I think it was 20 maybe 30 years.
So we don't know what happened.
We don't know what happened during that time frame. So,
but then, like I said,
you get glimpses obviously through the sequel trilogy, but you don't really know the full scope. And he took out.
And he left with Baby Yoda. Yeah. So it leaves so many questions. It was like, okay, so Luke knew about Baby Yoda and had Baby Yoda, and what me and Diz was talking about, because he was like, well, then that also all means that Kylo Ren must have killed him, because remember, Kylo Ren killed all the Jedi trainees, right?
Yeah.
But we was like, well, I was out.
30 years. So.
But I posed the question to Dish. I was like, but is Baby Yoda, was he a student, or because we don't know much about that race? And I was like, because it could be a situation like, because technically Baby Yoda is older than Luke, but it could be a situation where once Yoda dies and Baby Yoda finally embraces the Force, he gets all the wisdom of OG Yoda. We just don't know, because I was like,
right,
because
I mean, that's we call him Grogu. We call him Grogu.
That's his real name.
Which is like I said,
but where's Grogu now? And see, we don't know. We don't know the fate of Grogu.
That's why I kept saying, like I said, like I feel like why is it just one person? Why couldn't it just be one person that literally just kind of recycling?
It's funny because it goes back to what your theory.
But the reason why I don't think it's that is because, I mean, it can't be a reincarnation, because when Grogu was born, Yoda was still alive.
Well, I don't think reincarnation, but I'm thinking like once you're
clone.
No, not a clone, but it's like, what if they're connected that way? Where like, okay, yes, you are the Yoda, right? But if you die, somebody else has to take on that wisdom, that mantle. Like we don't know, like what that.
And my thing is like, what you're saying, of course, like he's 50 years old, but what if we don't understand the aging? Like he could literally just be, he's still a baby. Like he could have
his baby in
born that way.
In their years, because they live for so long.
So like when you so what you were saying, like, you know,
we just don't know.
Well, we know for a fact that he was born. We know for a fact that he was alive when Yoda was alive, because we know that he was taken from the temple when Order 66 happened. So we know for a fact him and Yoda were alive at the same point.
Mm-hmm.
Not even if you want to say like their 50 years is different.
Yeah,
we know for a fact.
That's
a fact.
So I'm more speaking off of the like the wisdom that Yoda got is passed on via the Force to Grogu. That's what I'm.
I mean, I can see that. I can still see. Yeah, I mean, I can see that it's just being like it's like a link. Yeah, it can still just be like a link. Like they could always still be like a certain like as someone passes, it just kind of like even if you think about the ideal of like Attack on Titan. Like how like the knowledge and everything get passed through Titans and death and eating. Like it could be because it's Force that like as long as there's another like whatever their species alive, when someone dies, they literally collect that information. We just
don't, like I said, we don't know.
Like I said, I loved the way it ended, especially
with it ended with a cliffhanger.
Yeah, the cliffhanger was good. I like the final scene where Luke was going through taking out the final group of the Dark Troopers. Have you seen Rogue One?
Yeah.
So you know that very final scene where Darth Vader turned on his lightsaber when he took out all those rebel fighters. Yeah. They basically emulated that. They did that shot for shot. Where Luke gets off the elevator. All you see is his lightsaber sort of light up, and he's going through taking them out. He's using the.
Oh wow!
And I saw a clip of them like side by side. It's basically.
I didn't see
basically the same shot.
Yeah, it's cold.
But like I said, what I think is dope is that it makes it kind of reminds you how beastie Luke was.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, we had like even in the new trilogy, like Luke was old man Luke, so you kind of forget how beastie Luke was.
Yeah, young Luke.
Yeah, young.
And because you don't really. Like you saw him in mission mode.
His final act was cold. Like, I know a lot of people didn't like that. They felt it was a cop-out. But for Phil to do all of that, he basically made Kylo Ren go crazy. And it was all just a Force ghost.
Oh, yeah.
That was cold. Like,
yeah. I mean, yeah. But I mean, that's age, though.
But still, that was cold.
Like young Luke ain't doing that. We fighting.
Yeah,
Luke ain't doing no mind games.
Yeah.
Young Luke like nigga,
we fight, nigga. Like
he 21 Savage. Like I beat all y'all.
I beat all you niggas ass here. Like say something to me.
Like I know a lot of people. Like I mean, obviously those were polarizing movies, but I remember when they did all of the shots, and he just stood there like, "Oh, you thought that hit me?" I was like, let's go. Like,
so yeah, dog, what's crazy is, like I said, and we said it last episode, season 1 of Mandalorian was amazing. They blew it out the water season 2. It's crazy how amazing season 2 has been.
Yeah, I'm at to finish season 2 this weekend then.
It's good.
I'm at to binge it.
So that was one thing I did this week. And the other, I continued on my Advent calendar. I didn't get a chance to talk about
moment.
I didn't get a chance to talk about that earlier. We continued on my Advent calendar. This is day, 17, right? Yeah, it's 17.
18, boy.
18.
Yeah.
Today's the 18th.
18, bro.
I done messed up in my post. I said day 17 again.
He already on it here. Right, you already drinking 20 and 21. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, day 18. This is Hernsbrow, Jubilant Sud. I don't know. Sud. German. It could be Sud. I don't know. But I don't know what kind of beer.
You should definitely let that just put it in different positions throughout the show.
I'm doing
looks like a nice light beer. I'll take my first sip on air.
First sip on.
Not bad.
Is it cold? Is it brisk?
It is cold.
It's cold. So have you had a favorite so far out of your 18 days?
Yes,
You wrote them down? You got a journal? You got a beer journal?
You wanted to remember so you could go buy them.
I already tried.
Can you find them? That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I've been sad. That's why I wrote it down so I can keep looking next time I go.
You should cuss out Costco. Like, how the hell you gonna sell me something I can't get?
It is called Graminger Kirta.
Graminger.
That was the best one?
Yes, and it was day 5. And I've been waiting for another one like that.
Why was that
nigga look forward to every day now?
It was sort of like a darker beer. It was a more wheat heavy beer. Mm-hmm. So when I say darker, I don't mean like it was like a stout or anything. I mean like this one sort of like got that super light color. Right. That one had a darker color, more like an amber color.
Okay, yeah.
And it was just so good.
Did it have any hints of anything?
No, it had like sort of, I want to say like sort of like, it had like a subtle sweetness.
Yeah.
And like, I'm really bad at reviewing beer, y'all. If y'all can't tell.
Apparently. You just drink it. I just drink it.
It's either it's a good beer or a bad beer.
I am not swishing no beer right in my mouth. Like, that shit is gone.
I ain't doing all that.
Since Did just presented, I got one last thing that I want to present to the camera.
What do you present to the camera?
Shout out to the homie Cornell. So y'all, if y'all been following Geekset, y'all already saw the Bacardi figure.
I like how we point to this even though this ain't on camera no more.
Oh yeah, they know it. We'll figure it out. But now we have Deuce's figure.
Deuce's figure has been unveiled.
Deuce's figure is fully.
So I don't know why you ain't. Are you doing an unboxing?
Oh, I'm gonna do an unboxing, but this is just. I just want to do it on camera as well.
Oh, you want to catch up?
You just want to show his shit off.
Oh yeah, definitely did. Because I got my figure. But what really makes this figure pop off? The best thing about it is, if you guys when we opened up the Geekset Studios headquarters, I got this bottle of liquor because it had an eagle on it, and I was like, well, it got an eagle on it. Let's just try it out.
Nasty ass freedom.
It was that freedom.
Nasty ass freedom.
So shout out to Cornell. He got me the freedom bottle. So if you want to check
your figure bogus.
Right.
Yeah. So if you want
to get around like, damn it.
What?
The first one always got the less things.
I had the boombox.
Yeah, the boombox. But for a more in-depth review of it and everything, make sure you go to Geekset, the Geekset Podcast YouTube page. We're going to post the unboxing of it because I'm going to do a full unboxing. But man, shout out to Cornell, man. I'm excited about it.
Shout out to Cornell. Like he's doing amazing things with the figures.
He's working on mine is right next. Now. I just sent them a picture of the cutout because he asked me for an image of the character.
So why don't you have your own? Like we should have.
Because this is a different phone.
You ain't got your PNG.
It's in the drive.
Huh?
It's in the drive.
Man, it's easier just snapping the picture of this.
You gonna look at that like,
bro.
I feel like the lighting on that wasn't great.
Like you just said this is.
What y'all on?
You said him an early one. You said the early one.
You talking about lighting and shit? Like this the only pose I have.
Your shit gonna come out.
It's gonna be another picture with y'all in the same pose.
No, you got individual pictures.
We got
in the same pose.
No, we got the strip.
Oh man, the lighting don't matter, man. The artist gonna look at that. He just need the idea of what my suit look like. Like
you say that now. Listen here. I oversent them information. I sent them new pictures of myself. I sent them pictures.
Listen, bro. Listen.
I ain't doing all
Ron
that.
was the prototype.
Yeah, I ain't do all that.
On the second one, because he talked to me throughout this venture of putting yours
together. He already gave
he acquired new techniques. He know what to do now. Now I trust him enough where I just send him this. This gives him an idea. He'll be like, oh, okay, a bald Puerto Rican motherfucker with a beard. All right.
What if he look at the picture? What is picture shit?
No,
he would have told me.
Liv not take good pictures. I trust Liv.
Is he gonna give you some? Is he gonna give you some empanada bombs?
You know what?
You like that?
I do. You hear that? I know you listening while I'm in your eardrum.
Hey, no, we
gotta have empanada bombs
because, like I said, there's a lot of Easter eggs on mine. Again, you gotta watch the unboxing for it.
Bro, why my legs so short? Now that I look at my legs, bro. Like
that's how the camera, because your legs do look little as a bitch.
That ain't the camera. My legs tiny as a bitch.
No,
like my cartoon dick bigger than my legs, dog. Like what the hell?
Hey, side note
I did tell him to use the old Jack's Pacific rock action figure for my body. When he was the Brahma Bull.
I was gonna say, like, side note, what's really funny, like out of Liv's figure, like especially because I've been doing like the shirts and everything. Like the silhouette of like Liv's picture because of the sword at the bottom. I did. Like I got one shirt that's like the one shirt I made like all black of us or whatever. And I remember printing it like, bro.
Did you remove it or you left it?
No, I mean it was there already, but I'm like, dog, because you know what it is, but it's like in the picture though, like it's a silhouette.
I mean, like, anybody that ain't seen it, they gonna look at it, but why they got this motherfucking dick hanging? To somebody who hasn't
seen the character, they gonna be like, who is that character?
Right.
That's so funny, bro. I never even noticed that.
He says a freaky nigga.
Now every time, and what is that third thing? Is that a bow?
You got three swords.
Why I got three swords?
How you didn't notice that?
I got two hands.
Fam, the third one going your. You don't watch One Piece. That's a One Piece. That's a One Piece reference.
Or Killer Bee.
That's a reference. No. You don't watch. That's the animes you don't watch. You don't understand why a third sword would come in for.
Three swordsman's a beastie, bro.
I don't.
But I mean, you would never probably use it because you got empanada bombs,
right?
And are we still going with the same plan that you pull and at like unlimited amount of things from your beard?
That'll be yeah. You gotta make my beard a little bit bigger, because when Rudy made this,
if you look at my character, the beard is bigger. I had to send him an updated photo of myself having a bigger beard.
But me and Liv had talked a couple shows ago where we said that his power should be that his beard, he just reaches in and grasp whatever he needs. Like it's like a parallel universe in his beard. You know
I should have detachable beards for mine too, like interchangeable. Like, that's the weapons beard. Hold on, this the vehicle beard. Hold on.
I mean, that would be.
You gonna lose your beard and you gotta be beardless live.
That's how we travel. That's how we travel. Like with beard, we gotta go.
That's when I'm a civilian.
We gotta go. Yeah.
Wait, that's
when I'm a
Superman
civilian.
glasses.
The no beard. That's my Superman glasses. No beard.
Duh, that you know why that would be crazy because it's like. You would not look like, you know what I'm saying? Like Clark Kent.
Just be a buff, bald, beardless motherfucker. Right, like Clark Kent
just put on glasses. But you taking a whole beard off, niggas be like, yes, I still would have not thought. I would have never thought.
I saw somebody without their glasses. Because I used to always think, like, that's bullshit that, like, seeing somebody without their glasses.
Nah, bro, it changed a lot.
I forgot who it was. I saw it. It was some celebrity.
Look, I'm a whole different motherfucker right now.
I see you too much.
I mean, I see you.
But it was
I can see.
I look in the mirror without my glasses. I gotta put it like 3 inches away. I've never seen my face without my glasses, so it's very hard. Sometimes I'll just snap a photo just to see
contacts.
I switch back like every so often.
I refuse contacts.
You rebuke contacts, man?
I refuse them.
Why?
Because, man, my glasses is like my beard. It's part of me. Like, I need it. Like, it's my security blanket. Plus, without them, I'm ugly as a bitch. Like, I'm ugly now, but god damn, you take my glasses off, bro, I'll never get any pussy. Like, shit. Like,
that's your weakness?
That's
like,
my weakness.
Is that sight? Is that the kryptonite?
Hey, there we go.
So
character build. Like, my weakness.
That's such a legit weakness.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, do we all have like a very childish ass like that's a Scooby-Doo weakness? Like Velma's done when the glasses off, nigga. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm Velma as fuck.
We got to make a storyline where Velma like just love live. Like, I can relate to him.
We find each other trying to find our glasses after we bump into each other.
You find her glasses, she find your glasses.
Right.
They happen to be the same prescription and shit. Like,
I had a scene where you putting her glasses on and she putting yours on you.
Hey, that'd be hilarious.
Don't say y'all both.
But yeah, my shit fall off. Well, I'm cooked. We had this discussion with the zombie apocalypse.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, like,
I
fuck around like, oh, what up, Ron? Oh, like get bit up, like oh.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be fucking amazing.
Ron,
That's
that's a zombie.
Like Lib just have this power where he like Super Saiyan, like he just go really fucking OP, and all it takes like it just take like a casual wind, knock the glasses off. Like you Escanor, like you turn to Escanor with a slight wind, knock the glasses off, you just drop back down. Like what are we doing? Like what am I doing?
They just like this.
They start sliding off like the comic book version show the tension of the glasses sliding off, like power level dropping. Like, yes, I can see that.
Detachable beard and weakness of losing my glasses.
Weakness of losing glasses.
That we gotta save. It's like Wonder Woman's weakness.
Whenever we get that villain, like we had that episode, we gotta save you because we took your glasses.
Who's our villain? Like,
we took Liv's glasses.
Well, we still
right, like and then y'all be like, we can't get nothing on his beard. How we gonna get
you reaching in, but you don't know what to grab. Like, like a big hoarder house full of shit.
Hey, but then Ron be like, how do you see in your beard even with your glasses on?
Right.
No, I can't see.
You just panicking.
Everything get fucked up.
Full stress. Like, you just stressed out. Like, we told you to get a grenade. Like, you want waffles? Like, here? Like, waffles. like, how are you throwing this on? Like, how are you
pulling up Sofrito and empanadas and shit? Like, hold on.
Empanada bombs everywhere. Like, just like, bro, like, you panicking.
Actual empanadas. I thought these was the bombs.
Wow, yeah. We need bombs. We niggas throwing real empanadas.
Ryan just jumping them steak joints. Them steak joints. Like, yeah. Okay.
I can definitely see that. Like, Didge be the one like, these ain't even the real bombs. And you cut to be like, oh, they ain't. Like, eat this shit up.
That would be absolutely hilarious. That would be fun. Now y'all got me thinking like that would be fun. Now we character building.
Right.
Yeah, character building.
What would be what would be Rudy's weakness? Not being the star of anything.
Yeah.
Anytime anybody shut him, like he just get weak. He be like,
Rudy get that child power. They look like we don't believe in you. And he just gets shrinking smaller and smaller. You're not real.
Why
bro, that would be hilarious.
Why my character so egotistical.
They challenge all his theories. Like, it's wrong.
It's wrong. He just started going smaller and smaller. Like, oh.
Why my character so?
I mean, because
you hype beast. You know what I'm saying?
On the real, like what do we call him, Rudy? What we call him from the Temptations? Deuce Ruffin. Rudy Ruffin.
Rudy Ruffin.
Double R. Rudy Ruffin.
Like, when they didn't say nobody really come to when they ain't really coming to see you, like we ain't gonna see you.
Yeah, he started like, Bill be like, I ain't battling him. He started getting weak.
he get real like stat drops, like charisma down 10 points, like
speed -3, strength -10.
Like dog, he get witty lines, throw him off. Like, oh, this nigga battle rapping. Like you just like motherfucker catch you with a good 2-piece line.
Hey, don't let the villain tell him his mixtape trash.
Right.
Yo, mixtape.
We got an episode where we gotta save Rudy album from clearance. Like we got your samples, nigga. Like,
dude, that'll be so funny. It'll start off with us just meeting up one day and Rudy just like, man, something ain't feeling right, man. And he trying to lift things up and like his strength is even. Next thing you know, me and Ron go to Walmart. We go to the clearance section. His album there, edited and on clearance. And with a 50% sale. And we be like, no.
Like, dog.
This is why.
He get that letter. Hey, that didn't clear.
Then we find out some villain behind it. He's slowly trying to knock us out.
Right.
Then it'll be me, like all of a sudden, like I lose my vision and shit, like can't find my glasses because he took them.
Because everybody gotta kind of have their own villain. So like Rudy's villain would be like a kingpin, but he's like a record label owner. He looks like Kingpin, like Suge Knight. He'd be like a Suge Knight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to ruin this nigga's career.
Trash.
Like we're trying to ruin Rudy's career. Like
your shit trash.
So my villain is a gatekeeper.
Like the gatekeeper. Like you'll never be a rapper out here. You know what I'm saying? Ever. Like that's what I say. Like you had an episode where he like y'all did the whole album, all the samples of the song. Like he got cleared. Like you ain't getting clearance, nigga. Like you can't pass this.
I got the perfect one for Didge. His weakness will be a dark room. Like don't let the lights go off. Like the lighting ain't right. No, the lighting. No. we gotta have certain wattage of light bulbs in our area. It's just in our headquarters, so he don't
nothing but low light. Like Didge get trapped in the villain's lair. It's just low light.
Don't hit him with that UV light like that UV light. Like he'd be like, I'm weak.
Like how Superman acts the kryptonite. That's how Didge acts in a low light. Like
we need better lighting.
But he got the what's the zombies that scared of light?
From what franchise?
I'm trying to think what movie that was. It's not. They might even been zombies.
It
but
wasn't.
I feel like,
you talk about You sure you ain't talk about the cave? The cave had them. They were always darkness. I Am Legend.
Yeah. No,
like
unless you was talking about the
Didge villain would just. I feel like Didge villain would just be another Didge.
But they weren't zombies.
They wasn't zombies. But
I think you think about I Am Legend.
Yeah, I think it's I Am Legend. That's what I am Legend
had the.
It's like yeah, but I feel like it's like his because you I think in comic book form Didge is already kind of like digitized like a cyborg, so it needs to be another Didge.
Well,
like alter Didge, like an alter
Bizarro Didge.
He like Vin Diesel from Pitch Black Didge.
Like even outside of that, because Didge is already digital and so he sees everything in 4K. So anytime somebody like, we just gonna do it in 720, he's like, no.
Didge like as he's viewing shit like a blurry on the screen, like you know what I'm saying? Like why it just got blurry? Like what's going? Like I can't focus in right here. Like why we can't zoom in?
What
like,
is that for SD format? SD standard? Like he can't fuck with standard definition.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. His villain is like a low quality version of himself. It's another cyborg version of Didge.
But literally SD version. Standard digital.
But he's making
standard digital. That's his name.
No, standard.
Standard digital.
Because
standard Didge, standard Didge, and high Didge.
Stand Didge to be his.
Stand Didge.
What would be Ron's weakness?
Fam, I don't have a weakness.
You gotta have something.
What we gonna get?
I don't know.
He have a villain that'll be like, move the mic away.
We already said that he lived life like Luffy. Have already had all those stops with his day to day. It's gotta be something that just. Always
Just an inconveniencer.
Yeah,
somebody inconvenience Bacardi.
Like I would have like a Riddler or somebody.
Like an inconveniencer. Like I know you got to go to the grocery store at 5, but at 4:55 you got to make this gas station run first. Inconveniences.
All he does is just do like mild inconveniences and shit. Like Bacardi be looking for his cape and he took his cape, and then
like I'm not like that's why I'm always late to shit.
Or like the little button on the cape is gone.
Different color.
The little button on the cape is gone. Like damn, so he gotta hold it up with a thumbtack. So when we fighting villains and he ain't doing, we like why ain't you fighting like you, man? Because the button.
Like I'm beside myself. Like I I'm something out of place, man. And it's like you just
shoulder pad.
like I just don't feel myself, and they can be like, "That's why you get a safety pin right here." Like no.
He falls to the ground like, oh shit, we gotta get him a button. He gotta get back in the fight. Get him a button. Inconveniences.
Inconvenience, dog.
Shoestrings on his sneakers will be too short so he can't tie them.
That's what I'm saying. Like that'd be the stress every time. Like when the alarm goes off that we got a case. It's like everybody's off to go, but it showed me like still looking around in the house like where the fuck is my shoes at? Like you know what I'm saying? Like everybody at the scene like where Ron at? Like and I just in the scene just like I'm trying to get there. It is like the villains in the closet like yeah. Like, right at the last minute, he just throw the boot back out the closet like there.
So he never stopped. He just inconvenienced you.
He just inconvenienced me, man. I don't know what he is. Don't even know where he is. Like you just
invisible.
Like the monkey in the closet in Family Guy. Like you just don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so Ron's enemy got to be invisible because he got to be able to.
It's just somebody y'all wouldn't know. Like every time
at all times, he got to be somebody you don't know, and he got to be invisible because he got to be able to be around you to inconvenience you at all times.
He definitely has to be around me.
So he gotta be invisible.
I feel like it has to be like some kind of like. It's probably like some kind of weird flying fairy thing. That's like you know what I'm saying. Like
it's like Liv says, the monkey off Family.
Yeah, like it had to be some kind of fictional character. Where it's like if I ever had an episode where I discovered like I finally saw like it's like no, bro, that don't even make no sense.
Like, we'd be like you're tripping, bro. Ain't nobody in this.
Like, you know
I see to be fucking
like the monkey, like the monkey in my closet. Like it has to be something where it's like when I finally see it or when I think it is, like how you would see like. If we were fighting and my cape fell off while fighting, that's what it would be. Yeah. Because I would pretty much have that anime thing where it's like Ron, like shit just happened to Ron while we fighting.
Well, you know how the zipper get off track and shit. Like,
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like one of the buttons won't click all the way, so like your cape keep on coming off a little bit.
So it'd be like, but it's like that's what I'm saying. Like like when I'm in my pressure moment, I'm really like feeling weak, and I look around, it'd be like that one moment you catch a glance with this random thing in the crowd. And you be like, you know what I'm saying? It'd be like this random little animal in the crowd. I'm like, y'all don't see him? Yeah. Y'all don't see it? They like, bro, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, man, I think that's who we fucking with my shit. Like,
so I do got a question because I know that we was talking about it last episode, and we wanted to, and Liv said he wanted to save it for this episode.
Hold on, man. Before we jump into that, we established everybody has their own individual fucking
he like this.
So I do like this. But we need who's the general Geekset villain?
It has to be. I feel like it has to just be another corporation. Like it has to be another like a podcast corporation, like some kind of like.
It's corporate jobs. It
got to be the fact who's the boss. Like,
it's got to be the Anglos, bro. It's a secret society just called the Anglos.
The Anglos, yes. But they look like shadows. Like you don't know, like the owl.
They look like light shadows, like white shadows. They the Anglos. We can't make them dark. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you just don't see the image of them. But it's like, but you said they actually just white shadows.
Yeah, but they call it Anglos, and they always try to keep us out of the culture.
That would make sense because they put
the gatekeepers.
They put all of our villains.
Anglos and Rudy's villain worked for the Anglos.
Right. That's what I'm saying. No, but everybody does. Because that's what I'm saying. But the Rudy's like the king. Got the kingpin dude. Then the other
dudes that fuck with us, like they're his subordinates.
Them the Bebop and Rocksteadies and all that.
So it's like a tier tree. Yeah, like
that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like because like the really even with Diz with Stan Didge, like I really like that name, Stan Didge. Like Stan Didge, like the reason that they really beef is because Diz don't understand like how he's still fucking relevant. Like, but niggas keep funding standard definition. Like Anglo, that's like nigga, they calling it, they giving me money, I can still do this. Like he really hates the fact that he's like damn near just as successful as Didge, but it's like standard definition. Like
on real.
Like so he like they don't really have a real beef. It's like when they see each other, they just hate his ass. Like who fucking likes high definition though? Like
standard definition.
Like who likes standard definition?
Who's still connecting cable at the crib?
But he really just be like, hey, Dan,
HDMI.
He worked for Charter Communications. Spectrum.
He still got the coaxial cord. He still got a coaxial cord.
He got a what?
He got the
coaxial.
He got the coaxial cable.
That's what I'm saying. Like they don't got a real beef. It's just like he just when he see Diz.
When Diz and Standard Diz, they having face off. Diz hooking up to the HDMI.
Yeah.
Faster. And he's like, oh, I got you sitting there.
He's screwing that coaxial cable.
Roll out the motherfucker elementary school TV. The Lion King TV from school. Like let me go plug everything up, get everything together. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, but it'd be the same. Like that's what it'd be. It's funny. That's what I'm saying. Like he's not. It's a real villain.
Hey, it'd be like you know how like when Naruto like when they had the hand battles.
Yeah,
it'd be Diz. So he'd be pulling out like HD screens and stuff like that, doing stuff, and he'd bringing out the TV, bringing out the AVI cords and shit like that. But they battling against each other.
Like real setup. This motherfucker really just dragging all this shit out. Like Diz got this whole like One Punch Man like Geno's like all this shit popping out like all this like you know what I'm saying. The dude just steady willing little ass like.
So fucking
like they never get through the fight because Diz be just irritated. Like, bro, you still putting shit together? Like, I'm done. Like, I'm out of here. Like, we out of here. Like, we're done. Like, they never. That's what I'm saying. Like,
he pull out a cartridge. He's like, damn.
That's what I'm saying. Like your villain is a comedy because it's like you just don't like him. You actually his villain. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the opposite because he's trying to live a regular life, but when he see you, like, hey, Diz, you like get the fuck away from me, Stan Diz. Like
Diz got like digital like new vehicles and shit. And he able to call it and shit like that. He's sitting there at the gas pump like, all right, hold up, nigga, I got you.
That's what I'm saying. Like they never fight though because like by the time Stan Diz is ready, Diz like, bro, whatever, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he gets so mad just because he's there. Like, so the whole fight ensues. Like, you could then do a whole comic book of them getting ready to fight. And then by the end of the comic book, it's like Diz, like, you know what?
It'd be intense up until the point where then Stan Diz get ready and Diz is like,
you know, it's not even worth it. It's, like, it's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. Like, you can live your life, man. Like, and he just flies back off. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, but he's the villain. Like, Stan Diz doesn't even realize that Diz wants to kill him. Yeah, you the villain. He's just like, hey, Diz. You like, I want to fucking get this nigga off. Like, why do people deal with Stan Diz? Like, why do y'all even like this nigga? Like
he's trying to show Diz his portfolio. Look, I got this new thing. Hold on, let me check it out.
All he want to do is get on the show.
You know I got you. Hold on.
Send everything in, trying to put everything together. This nigga still coming to him with a walk with the CD. Like, I want you to hear this. Hear this out.
It's a tape. It's a cassette.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the opposite. Like Diz hates him. Like Diz wants to kill him. Like you make that comment where he finally like that. You make the story where Diz.
Good snack.
We forgot. I'm sorry. We forgot gummy bears.
You done brought gummy bears?
Hell yeah.
Hey, you always got some snacks.
Because I come prepared.
We the only one that don't bring.
But why you know? Well, I don't know why you don't come prepared for everybody else.
I mean,
that ain't enough. Don't do that.
The school gave me these, but I'm sharing with everybody.
No, I don't need anywhere.
I'm good now. You good now?
Ron, you really want some? You just being a dick right now.
I'll get some later.
You called me out, and I didn't have an answer for you. Because you're absolutely right.
I wanted to bring in some holiday questions because I had a few holiday questions, but I wanted to change it up because everybody always do like favorite Christmas movies and stuff like that. But I did like Christmas specials, right? So there was like every like shows always have a Christmas special. If there was a show out right now that you would like to see a Christmas special on, what show you think would have a good Christmas special?
As far as like a TV show?
Yep. TV show or any property.
I don't even watch enough TV though.
But think about like even like the animes, the comic books, because I feel like cause like a lot of times Christmas specials is just a random stuff like that.
I mean, they definitely do random.
I mean, Christmas specials ain't never gonna be the same like they was in the 90s.
Right. But for the sake of conversation, I wanted to try to.
I can honestly see a Goblin Slayer Christmas show episode.
I mean, that shit is always in a snowy location, so yeah.
Because everybody, like how Goblin Slayer is as a person, like everybody just be like cheerful trying to put Christmas together.
He just be sitting there all like, yeah.
Like a goblin attack. He's like,
yeah.
We shouldn't have did this shit in the first
I told you. They're attracted to presents.
And at Christmas, he like, it's a fucking like goblin lair right down the street.
Right, like,
hey, y'all really want to do this? They're like, lighten up. You know what I'm saying?
What does he always say? He be like, sótano.
Right.
So in the same sense of that, I was like, what would be a fucked up situation, but it'll be hilarious, but then like I said, but still fucked up? Attack on Titan Christmas special. Because it'll be like you trying to set it up, but then the Titans are attacking. It's like it's just fucked up.
A dreary ass backdrop where it's like, what's going on with it? You know
Well, no, it got to start off cheerful.
Folks opening presents, Titans
right,
just coming.
It got to start off cheerful as fuck. Like you think like, oh, all right, we got a moment of calm. Everybody, we got the trees up. People are putting up the lights and everything, and then like right when you about to open up presents, then all of a sudden,
You know what?
Titans.
I'll throw mine in. I'd like to see Frieza to have his own Christmas special. I want to
back at the lair, Frieza at the lair with his minions and everything.
When he, you know what I'm saying?
With Ginyu and everybody, like he back at home.
He in his spaceship, you know what I'm saying? He giving presents to everybody. And, you know, he's fucking talking shit about the Saiyans and shit, you know. Frieza.
I can see that.
Hey,
and then like you know, and in true Frieza fashion, he gives somebody a present. And it just evaporates him, like him at all.
They always kind of cool. You gotta do like
what is it?
Well, see, the whole thing about the like I said, Frieza got a new comical aspect to me because of that whole just wanted to be a couple of inches taller.
Yeah.
So now I can definitely see the Christmas thing.
Because I can see him doing the Christmas thing where he's like you can do the Christmas thing in Dragon Ball easy. Because what can flip is the fact it's like they discover it's like
with
wait hold on.
Dragon Ball, yes, but I want Frieza.
But even with Frieza, because you can do it Frieza.
Like something that Frieza didn't get as a gift one time.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
That causes everything.
Because you can do it same as like what's the other like the really comic relief bad guys. Pilaf.
Pilaf.
So like you can pretty much do it where it's like how they always look for Dragon Balls or like, but like Frieza catch wind that there's a man with a beard that grants you whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like now you turn this episode where it's like, I want my fucking height. So now you searching for, he sent the whole Ginyu Force to everybody to the South Pole, like the North Pole. Yeah. Like, get this white man in the red suit. Like,
it's funny because then Santa can have power.
Yeah. Like,
he goes saying,
corny.
Beard go yellow.
All Christmas specials, they slightly corny. So it's like, even like the Attack on Titans, like the Titans, they come, they look like they attacking. You gotta do the corniness. It's like, they came with like a shitty gift. Like
no, they gifted each other humans.
No, even outside
they
of that,
gift each other humans.
You also gotta have a Santa. You have to have a Santa Titan.
You gotta have
a Santa Titan.
Santa Titan.
It's gotta be corny. It's like they like, oh my god, the Titans they came and attacked, and they all freaking out, and it's like they came with a gift, and it's like this is Christmas. There you go.
What about a Santa Titan?
You try to do Mortal Kombat friendships, nigga.
That's what Christmas specials are.
What about a Santa Titan that just collects humans to make him his own elves? Like,
I mean that would be like if you did Attack on Titan, actually just had a giant Santa Titan with a red bag full of people, like dropping off people at Titan's houses, like
dropping it off at other Titans.
Like he coming, they leaving little people and milk on the table for Santa Titan. Hell, like,
what about you? Did you?
I'll say like a My Hero thing. I feel like that's prime for
My Hero be
prime for a Christmas special.
I feel like they set up for one. Like,
yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, like My Hero would definitely give you that.
Boring.
That would be the cheesy one though.
That's what I'm saying. That's the cheesy one. They gonna come
That'd
in.
be super cheesy.
It'll be Santa. His superpowers to be able to go down chimneys and give presents.
It wouldn't even be Santa. It'd be like the last ounce of energy that my God is he be Santa for that episode.
What they would have to do if they would have to have Deku go back to his fanboy days. Remember when he was journaling, keeping all the records, like.
But
so,
that's what I'm saying.
Like it'll be like
he's going after Santa.
Yeah, he's going after Santa. Yeah,
they didn't realize that he had the two journals. Like,
look at that. I can see that. But yeah, no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the Santa, yeah, I would. Goblin Slayer, I feel like would be the funny. Like I would enjoy that.
Funny. Goblin Slayer.
Like, cause they just like he would just still be like sitting while everybody's being Christmassy because he's like, I told y'all that we ain't got time to be doing this. Like, and then it'd be like that wander off. I think we'll get some firewood. You know what I'm saying?
It'd be like a Santa goblin.
I do Baki because old boy now he's kind of like you know, he kind of like brain dead, so he can become like he can adapt on a Santa persona.
Yeah, I can see him being. I can see that. Like, dude from Baki could do it. He definitely can come out on some ho shit, but still beating the fuck out of like giving niggas hands.
Still
like
walking
hands. with an empty ass bag, but he like, what you got? Like hands, nigga. Like he reach in and pull it back on hands, nigga. Like,
y'all ever watch that anime? On Netflix with the lizard head.
Dora. Yeah, that's amazing. I love that.
That shit is cold.
Yeah.
Imagine a Christmas special with Dora. Dora. What is it called? It's called
Not yet.
What is it called again?
I think it's
like Dora. It's like Dora. It's like I think it's Dora Sama or Dora like something like that.
I thought it was just like Dora Hedora or something like shit.
Yeah, Dora Hedora or something. The dog. I watched that shit.
I love the two agents, the girl and the dude. I love them.
Fire.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that anime.
And she like the girl reminds me of Pam so much from Archer. Like, I don't know if you watch Archer.
Man, not really.
Dora. If you ain't watched the Dora.
But I know. But who do you remind you of in Archer?
Pam.
Oh, Pam. Okay.
Yeah, like that's how she act. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I said, because even when they first introduced them too, and I was like, just like they pretty much were like assassins.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but they just like regular. It's almost like a white version of like. Pulp Fiction between them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it really is like a white. Like a white version of Pulp Fiction between them, and it's like I love that. Like all
I'm surprised you never watched Archer. I feel like you would fuck with Archer, bro.
You would fuck with Archer.
I've watched some of it, but like dog, like some of that humor be like so white that I just can't.
Really?
Like, yeah, I just like.
I love white humor.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Now that's my shit.
That's my shit.
That's because you know it's a black voice in there somewhere.
I tried watching Archer, but it wasn't like.
What about Venture Bros?
It wasn't Venture Bros. I used to watch, but I wasn't huge on Venture Bros either. Like
how?
Because I don't know. It's weird. My taste for comedy and TV is weird. Like I love Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
All over.
I love.
Yeah. I love
Robot Chicken. I love Moral Oral. Like
Moral Oral is my shit.
That was my shit.
I used to always like, I don't want to watch this shit.
No, that's what it was.
Like, come on, I'm like, all right, this is pretty funny.
Like,
it's like I feel like I would forget between every episode.
Yeah, Moral. Yeah.
I don't want to watch
Moral Oral. It was like how it came, but it reminded me so much of those old ass like clay ass like.
I gotta give him my explanation. I always felt like Archer was like forced comedic. Like
hell no.
What?
Oh
no.
What was your question?
Well, my question now, because I saw this on somewhere. What's your favorite white show?
Oh, you said Scrubs. Yours is Scrubs.
Easily.
Scrubs. But there's like there's like a black dude in there, so that don't mean
he's like a main.
That's a white show.
I know it's a white show, but you know what?
Three's Company.
Dog.
That's your favorite?
Three's Company, bro.
That is. You know what? You took mine, motherfucker. Listen,
I wouldn't put his favorite though. I'm sorry.
Jack Tripper and the neighbor.
That's what I'm saying. Man, you can't talk.
You can't fuck with the neighbor. What was his name? And Mr. Roper. You can't fuck with Mr. Roper, dog.
Bro, like, he was playing gay with two bad white women. Like,
I'm not taking away from the show.
Even the Regal Beagle, when they was in the Regal Beagle was the best scene, nigga. Like,
so I mean, so you're saying because Scrubs had a main character that was black, that's not considered a white show?
No, I kind of feel that because he added
the flair.
His ass.
Yeah, he had the flair.
Then I gotta think because Scrubs. That's one of my top 10 favorites. Actually, no, How I Met Your Mother. I love that show.
How I Met Your Mother is really funny. I like this. Even because How I Met Your Mother is in the same category with me with Philadelphia.
Oh, Always Sunny. Yeah.
I like Always Sunny.
I like Always
Sunny.
I
didn't even answer.
Y'all both didn't answer.
Neither one of y'all did.
Well, okay.
But I was gonna throw some. You said he took yours.
Yeah, but that ain't an answer.
Did I really take yours? Like, did I really skip it? Like you were about to say that?
Like, dog, I love 3.
You wasn't really gonna say that,
bro. Not the same. Sorry about that.
Like you really wasn't gonna say that, bro.
Hey, Three's Company is a great show.
Out of nowhere though, Three's Company, bro.
I still watch Three's Company. Like it comes on.
If it come on, yes, I loved it. I loved it.
Watching the shit out
because I'm thinking like it was gonna be that or it was gonna be Dick Van Dyke, dog.
I wasn't a fan of Dick Van Dyke.
I was a fan of Dick. I was a fan of Dick Van Dyke.
I just grew up just watching.
But see, that's like I feel like what was really good about Three's Company to me, like, even being a kid watching it, is that there was still like some kind of childfulness to it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Even though you didn't know what really was going on, like I got older to realize like this nigga was really a roommate.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But it was like as a kid.
I was watching a couple. I
Even when Mr. Roper and them used to be on his ass, like, you out here being a little, like, and you be
you being a little gay.
I watched it for the first time like a couple months ago, and like I said, I've been watching it a lot again ever since. I was like, oh, he's been playing games.
It was the whole time. Like, you didn't realize.
So I'm gonna throw
it took me till I got older. Hold on, I like this because we never talk about white shows.
Yeah, he didn't give his answer.
But he was about to switch it up on us.
No, I'm not. It's in there. I just want to get y'all take on this real quick. Because I was like, there's Saved by the Bell, Married with Children.
Ooh,
damn! I was just watching that shit the other night.
All right,
Al, hands down, like that dude is iconic.
That's what I'm saying.
Al motherfucking Bundy is fucking iconic.
That's why I'm throwing it out there. All right, throwing it out there.
You were supposed to Home Improvement.
Home Improvement.
I heard you start saying
Home Improvement.
That was a great show.
That was a great show. And this one, it was a great show, but I can see people not picking it. But Boy Meets World.
I was just about to say Boy Meets World.
I take it back. That's my favorite.
I used to have the hugest crush.
Boy Meets World.
Listen,
that's your favorite?
I still love that.
Bro,
show.
listen, Topanga was the finest girl on TV to me.
I mean, yeah,
Topanga.
So mine's is Married with Children. Married with Children is my
favorite.
No,
like
I would definitely change my note to Boy Meets World.
Really?
I damn near want to say Step by Step now.
Step by Step is up
Step by
there.
Step was the shit too.
Step is up there.
Step by Step was the shit.
Oh, dude used to live in the van and shit in the garage.
On top of the garage? Cody,
No, he
was it
lived
Cody?
in the van. Did he live in the van? Cody? Was his?
I thought it was Cody. I thought he lived on top of the garage.
Maybe he did. Maybe he did. Maybe he did it.
Step by step.
What about that
Day by day.
Where y'all put that 70s show?
They had that roll out.
on a different time of
That
day.
was my shit.
What, that 70s
That
show?
70s show?
Yeah.
Oh, that was my shit.
I mean, but
I used to like that. I used to like the little redhead chick. Like she was thick as a bitch. Like what was her name?
oh,
I used to also have the biggest crush on Mila Kunis.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I had to actually crush on Donna. I had more.
Yeah.
I liked the Mila, but I had a crush on Donna.
Yeah, because she was thick as a bitch. Mila ain't got no meat on her bones.
In Orange is the New Black, she elevated.
Did she? I haven't seen her in Orange is the Black.
Orange?
Yeah,
bro, nigga,
You never watched Orange?
And Orange is the New Black. Just had you like, damn.
No, I don't know about that. Like when I saw her Orange is the New Black, I was like,
what? Nigga, you bugging.
I'm good. Bro, she got black hair. She looked morbid as a
No,
bitch.
she do not.
You like that fire?
Like,
He bugging.
Yeah, you want that
Yeah,
fire?
give me that fire dome.
But no, I forgot about that 70s
That
show.
70s show is up there?
I still gotta go. Boy Meets World, very 1A gotta be How I Met Your Mother. That depends on how.
But the
about-
reason Three's Comedy stays the same to me is because of the fact that like I laughed at it as a child.
Three's Company
and
is
then got
hands
older
down
and realized what
It's a
the
great
like
show.
and realized like
Nobody's
like
taking away from the show.
yeah. I mean, but I'm saying like it can't. It's like so many like all like 70 shows. All of them are great.
Tripper,
but like the fact
bro.
that when I watched it again as an older and really caught the stories, it was just as funny.
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
It
Like,
even got funnier.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Because
saying?
then you get all the little
like being
innuendos.
like his best friend, thinking he was player. Like
Yeah.
dog,
I got
like
two other shows to throw in the mix too. Malcolm in the Middle,
I was a fan of that.
I wasn't a fan of
I
that.
like
Okay.
Malcolm in the Middle.
The Office.
Wonder Years too though.
Wonder Years, yes,
The Office
absolutely.
was
Wonder Years.
You mad? The Office?
I don't fuck with The Office. I don't care.
Office is a great show.
The Office is amazing.
Whoa!
I don't.
That's a great show.
Office is amazing. That was really good.
Never watched an episode in my life.
Really?
Yep.
Wait,
Oh,
Hey,
I'm
you
really.
know what's so funny? I got music on the Office Christmas show special.
You do?
Yes. Now that you guys bring it up, I do have music.
got a placement on this Office
Christmas
special?
Wait, which,
Wow.
which Christmas show? Because they had a couple of them.
I gotta look. I'll look it up on my ASCAP and I'll show y'all after the show. But yeah, I do
That's
have
dope.
music on
Office
there.
is a great
Nigga, I
show.
know The Office front to back.
Yeah, I do too. Seinfeld, that was a pretty good show.
Seinfeld?
Seinfeld.
I mean, Seinfeld had moments.
wouldn't
You know
say
what?
I'd rather watch Frasier.
I was gonna say Frasier.
Thank you, Rob.
Frasier.
I'd rather
Frasier
watch
is my shit.
Frasier.
Not over Seinfeld.
On the real, hey, listen, this motherfucker was giving motherfuckers therapy on the over the
Not over
air.
Seinfeld, bro. I can't give
Over
you
the air.
Frasier, dog.
Okay,
Frasier.
I gotta
Like
go Seinfeld.
what's
One last
his?
one, but one last one to throw in it, but it's a premium show. Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I mean, I haven't watched it a lot, but I've
You
watched
know what?
it.
How about Reno? Since we doing that, Reno 911.
I would have said it's
Reno No One's a mixed cast. That's a mixed
Yeah, I
cast.
was gonna say, but no, Curb is funny.
What about
Frasier though
And,
is my shit.
What was Larry David? What was Larry David's other show? Oh.
He had another show?
I thought he had a third.
Bro, what about Clarissa Explains It All, bro?
Not a
like,
top.
Come on, man.
Not a top.
Yeah, what we doing?
It's a good show, but not a top.
That's not even her top show.
What we doing? Sabrina?
Sabrina's her top.
Sabrina?
But still,
Original Sabrina? Teenage
I wanted
Witch?
to be that motherfucker climbing through that window every time I watched it. Like, you climbing through this window and you ain't trying to do something, bro?
You ain't trying to do something.
I was like 11. He turned the lights off.
I had to put you out for a second.
I got some other Christmas questions that I want to ask, but let's go ahead and pay some
Green
bills.
Acres.
Green Acres was my shit.
Green Acres is the place to be.
I'm not putting that.
Mama's Family.
Mama's Family.
Mama's Family was my shit.
Mama's Family
nigga,
is a
All in the Family.
Yeah.
Wait. Do anybody remember Unhappily Ever After?
Hell yeah! It was a fucking fake home. Whatchamacallit?
I do kind of vaguely remember.
It was a fake Married with Children. That nigga had a rabbit in the basement instead of buck.
It was like Married with Children and Alf.
Yeah, mixed together, dog.
Alf. How would I?
Harry and the Hendersons.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like
dog.
I was talking to my daughter the other day. Where I was like, dog, you just don't really understand. Because we actually had
the best sitcom TV.
But actually, like when we come back from show, when we come back from break, because I told her because we had a conversation about Tim Burton, about everybody trying to cancel him, about not wanting black people in his movies or whatever. And I'm like, bro, his movies are amazing. However he visualized them having to be.
How he said it was super fucked up.
Yeah, the way he said it.
What did he say? How did he say it?
He said he basically he was like essentially they're not interesting.
He was trying
characters?
To say
that's not surprising to me coming from a white man. What would he understand?
But I mean, even if you think about his movies, though, like his movies isn't.
Just to say like black characters are fucked up, bro.
No, I understand. He shouldn't say that. I'm not surprised.
Oh yeah. I'm not surprised that come from.
I mean, what? He don't know nothing about culture or anything.
I mean, that's fair.
You know what? As a matter of fact, I think Jack Skellington is his most black
movies are amazing. Like whatever his imagination. If he imagines his movies without black people in it, I don't care. It doesn't bother me.
It's just
because it's a great movie. It's a great story. Like the Court Bride. Like if you even his cartoons, like. I mean, you can probably say like the damn boogie dude from Nightmare on Before Christmas.
Listen, Edward Scissorhands, hands down, is one of my favorite movies ever.
I'm gonna recap kind of what Bacardi's saying because I get what you're saying. Because prior to him saying this, I didn't see race in any of his characters.
Yeah, you don't.
But so I didn't care. But the only reason why it becomes a thing is because the way he said it. That makes it fucked up.
That's what makes it
seem like it's a choice.
It bothers me because like you said, now it's like. Now it makes it feel like with each of these characters, he looked at it like I can't have a black person here because
and that's why it's fucked up.
But he doesn't. But that's because he don't know black people.
That's true. But
the character. But
let's be honest. Say that you don't know a black person, especially now. That's not an excuse.
No,
because it should just be based on.
But see, my
thing is,
my thing is like whoever asked him why you ain't got black people in movies. Was apparently
it was a loaded question. It was a loaded question.
That's what I'm saying. Like
it's a fair question.
But it's a fair question. But here's the thing. Because if you think about like let's say just in general, we use Edward Scissorhands, we use Beetlejuice, we use all these people, right?
Yeah.
They had painted faces, so it could have been anybody. It literally could have been anybody, whoever was the best actor. Now, the people he picked for those roles were the best of the roles. I'm not taking away from them, but. For you to say that, it's like you didn't even look at any other race. So you wasn't even looking for the best actor. You was looking for the best white actor. And that's why it sounds like it's fucked up. Because it wasn't based off of the character. It was just based off of, I don't think black people can do this.
But I mean, I guess, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I guess the problem of it was for me is because, like I said, it was a loaded question and someone asked him. This man's been making.
That's a fair question.
I mean, it is, but I mean.
Why are we getting all serious now, man?
But can we finna go to break? But I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I mean, even actually, like, we live in this day and age that if the man answers saying, like, I don't think they're interested enough to put in the movies that I make, or that's even if you're saying, like, the ignorance is like, you don't have an imagination enough to even put another race in your thing. Whatever. To me,
I don't even think he even put thought into it
because he don't make movies with.
He said he did. That's why. That's
so you're saying you don't think.
You said he did.
What he's saying.
Yeah, his statement was.
I don't think that they're interesting. Essentially, I mean, we're parsing words here.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
We'll find it on break.
I'm just like. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I feel like people just bait people to put them into these situations, and then when they give honest answers,
but see, he could have answered that way different. He could have been like,
but he's an art. I'm not defending him at all, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. But as an artist, if somebody asks me a question like something like that, you know, I understand like he probably should have used his words a little bit different. But you know, at the same time, I've got to think. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe he never even, like, I can't say that statement defines that he had thought behind it.
Right. His answer could have just been like, you know what? I just pick whoever's best for their role. I'm not not excluding black people.
But the best person is always Johnny Depp.
No. But that's fine. But the fact to say, I don't think they are interesting. I was going to say, and even if you wanted to say, like, he didn't think about it, how is saying I always pick the best person? How is that less of a thought than saying I just don't think black people are interesting enough?
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Was the question?
That sounds like you had to think about saying.
But was the question literally just black people? Like, why don't you?
Yeah,
put
like
black
I don't
people?
know because it just sound. Sometimes we get misled into wanting to into believing something that it shouldn't be there. I'm not like I said, I'm not defending that at all. I think it was a disgusting remark. Like, period. Like, you learn to choose your words better. But right now, this is the first time I've heard this. I haven't seen or read the interview, so I don't even know in the context of what it was delivered. Was there something before that? Was there something after that? Like, a lot of people just out here trying to paint people as somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I honestly, I don't fucking know. I do believe that the statement was just terrible. That's not something you say. You generalizing a whole fucking race of folks by saying, I don't think they're interesting. But what if he meant like trying to write like some, not necessarily like black people not interested, but trying to create a character around that. Maybe he tried and it just wasn't interesting. What if it was in that context that he tried to deliver that message? Because I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a little hurt by it now because I'm like, damn, you know.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
I think he replied. He definitely replied trash, but I mean, I feel like
I don't know.
I feel like we shouldn't. I guess my thing was like, I feel like we shouldn't ask that loaded question.
I guess for me, until I read it and I see and I hear it, the interview or read it or whatever. I guess I'm looking at it from different angles. This is the first time I've heard of it.
That's fair.
So I don't even know. And I'm kind of going to be in, kind of want to be in denial because I love his fucking movies. But if I find out that he's honestly saying something like that, like, I can't fuck with it. Like, I can't fuck with it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not.
You got to be tactful.
I'm not a huge fan of cancel culture or anything like that. I think these are things that when you look at somebody's artwork, you kind of got to realize, or you kind of got to take it with it. Like, this is that person. Yeah. And
I mean, that's who he is. And I mean, that's why I said, look, I was like, we're up in the uproar.
But Samuel Jackson played a lead role in Tim Burton.
No, that's what started it. That was
the first one
because he was the Samuel Jackson. I may be the first black person in a Tim Burton movie, and then they asked him about that, why, and that's what started the conversation.
What did he say? Well, he don't think that all black people are like. All right.
I mean, but that's a whole other conversation.
I have to read it so I can understand.
Yeah. I mean, my thing is like, fam, whether he's gradually trying to get into getting back people in the movies or whatever, like. We just be nitpicking at every this man has made a career.
Nobody's calling for him to get canceled. That's another thing I really hate is. Criticism doesn't mean you got to call for somebody to cancel. You can talk about somebody. You can criticize.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
no, everybody wants to get so fucking upset when somebody criticizes because they like somebody. Like, shut up. People get criticized.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about you.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like,
people get criticized.
And that's what I'm saying. Like with me and when I was talking to Imani about, because she said the same thing. I was like, you heard about what happened with Tim Burton? Because Tim Burton is one of her favorite. Yeah, like all the movies ever. She's like, yeah, I don't care. Like Tim Burton's amazing.
Like people get criticized.
She's like, I don't care.
So people have faults and. People act like because they like somebody or because somebody says something, it's such and such is after them, such blah blah blah. Like no, nigga got criticized today. Yeah, that's life. Niggas get criticized every day, B.
Yeah, I mean, that's that. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna sit here and say Tim Burton don't like black people. Like I don't even think Johnny Depp would fuck with Tim Burton in that sense. You know what I'm saying? Johnny Depp is a really wholesome person. Like I don't really think. Like unless we discover at some way time that Johnny Depp's undercover racist, right? That would be earth shattering for one. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that's I mean, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, if this is how he visually wakes up in the morning and views and creates his movies, and this is how he pictures people, how they look, is whatever. That's just like that's like somebody.
I can't get away from the fact that is a valid criticism.
Yeah, but I mean, but it's also I feel like that's like someone coming to Lib saying like, Lib, why don't you put country, like why don't you do country music, or why don't you work with country artists? And it's like, I don't fucking like country music. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but
that's I'm reading some of the stuff, but this is a statement he said. Nowadays, people are talking about it more. He says regarding film diversity, but things either call for things or they don't. I remember back when I was a child watching the Brady Bunch, and they started to get all politically correct. Like,
yeah, I read that.
That's what I read. A black child. I used to get more offended by that than just. I grew up watching blaxploitation movies, right? And I said, that's great. I didn't go like, okay, there should be more white people in these movies.
Right.
But like, no, that's a terrible fucking.
No, but I mean, what he's saying,
like literally it says blaxploitation.
So the argument against that people were saying, it was like, okay, yeah, that would make sense if you were making white movies, but you're making movies about characters that don't have any race. So that doesn't say that it calls for white people or black people. How does that statement make sense in your movie?
But I guess for me though,
that's what's been the argument.
But I was like, my thing was for me though, he makes movies with no color,
right?
So it's like
let's also unpack what he just said. He called it PC because they said let's get an Asian character, because they said let's get characters of other race. That's where the problem is. Mm-hmm. It's now because they want to get characters of other race. Why is it automatically PC? Because you got somebody who looks like the fucking world. That's
what is problem. PC? What is
politically correct?
Okay.
That's the issue that a lot of people take effect with. That's the issue that honestly I take effect with. Because something is diverse doesn't mean it has to be PC.
Right.
It's because niggas wanted something other stuff.
Like, it looks like.
But you know what? From his angle as a and this is just devil's advocate as a director and a movie creator, he's watching all of these other movie creators because I'm not gonna lie. I feel like sometimes they just toss a bone just to put it in there to have somebody. And I think
why is default white? That's the problem. Why is default white?
Because the movie fucking thing has started was all white. Like it's controlled by all white.
But I mean, that's my thing is like making.
But if it's a brand new thought idea, which most Tim Burton movies are, it's not based off nothing.
White people think white.
But why?
Because the same way when we make a movie like Friday, we ain't thinking about adding white lead characters because they don't match.
Whatever with all of that.
I can't necessarily fault him.
But Friday is based off of. Wait, hold on. Before you get into that, but the difference between that is Friday is set in Compton on an actual neighborhood, not something that's not something that is a fantasy. Tim Burton makes fantasy movies. There is no race attached to it, so you literally can do anything. It doesn't have to be defaulted white.
And then I want to speak to the point that
y'all really want a black Edward Scissorhands?
I don't.
No, I want whoever's the best. But what
a black scissor hands, this nigga be cutting blunts.
I want.
That'll be the whole. Like he be like, I'm gonna cut this blunt. Roll it up. I can chop up your weed. I'm a weed.
Because wait, hold on. I want to address Cardi because even if a black person played Edward Scissorhands, he wouldn't be black because Edward Scissorhands wasn't a race. Like I said, he
was made by a white man though.
But that doesn't mean anything. I just want to address the fact that I don't understand how you're okay with the fact that somebody, even if a white person, if their default, they're thinking that okay, it's white. Why is it automatically because they're like, you know what? I want to actually switch that up. That doesn't make something because they're doing it just for PC.
I'm not okay with that, but at the same time, you got to understand we ain't part of their fucking culture. So when they think of things, they think of things.
So we should be able to criticize them for that though.
But here's my thing. Like, why? When we can just make our own shit and say fuck
that's
them.
What I'm saying. Like,
and that's what people like have on stage is doing. That's what people like Issa Rae is doing.
Yeah, and guess what? That's all happened within the last year and a half, 2, maybe 3 years.
No, because when did Boys in the Hood start? When did Friday come out? There's Spike Lee. You know what I'm saying? You got
two directors.
Who else?
Two directors.
I can't even get a word out to get other directors out.
We don't
but these are just examples. I don't want to keep running down it, but I'm at the same time, I'm not gonna give a fuck about these white people no more. And if they want to put a motherfucking Puerto Rican, a black dude in their movie, cool. If they don't, fuck it. I'm more focused about us being able to do that.
That's what we're arguing about. That's what I'm saying.
That's my thought process.
That's what we're arguing.
I'm not even trying to argue. Right?
No,
y'all
argue.
really
I'm saying that's what the reason this conversation is about is yes, we're saying exactly what Lib is saying, but that doesn't mean that we're going to be silent to the people who are saying fuck shit or who's doing it. We're going to criticize and tell you like, hey, that was.
We're gonna criticize it, but we still gonna go to the movies and watch it.
No, because that's the
that's cancel culture. Like now y'all want to cancel. Now y'all want to cancel.
You don't have to cancel to criticize.
Cancel culture. If I say, hey, I'm not watching it, I didn't cancel you. Y'all all may go watch it. I said I'm not gonna watch it.
That's not.
But do I really want? But I mean,
cancel culture became a culture because it's about spreading the word.
That doesn't understand our culture. Put a person that looks like us in their movie to behave like not our culture or a stereotypical image of our culture.
But his movies are not culture based, and that's what I'm saying. We're talking about the fantasy.
Okay, you know what?
So let's get on Steven Spielberg's ass.
You didn't even see it.
They do.
You didn't even see it though.
They get on it too about it.
He's just the latest out of all of them.
Yeah.
So you give me. Since we talking about this, because my thing wasn't about color.
Wait. Before I want to let you go, but to Steven Spielberg's defense, if you look at some of his fantasy stuff that he was a part of, he has casted black people too.
What movie?
Steven Spielberg? Yeah, I mean, you have to even Indiana Jones.
That's James Cameron.
Yeah, Indiana Jones had like his sidekick. You know what I'm saying?
His sidekick.
No, but he still casted.
I mean, that was a main character. Like
because he was in Egypt. Like he was in another part of the world, and he needed a local to help him.
But no, but see,
but let's not act
that makes sense.
However,
that makes sense. That already happened many a time.
But what I'm saying,
Moses, the movie with Moses.
I'm saying focus on the directors who do fantasy, because we're not talking about things based off of culture. I'm talking about fantasies who don't have a race. When you look at stuff like Avatar, when you look at stuff like Star Wars, when you look at stuff that in a universe that is not necessarily race-based, they do employ black actors to play these people. What they're getting on
Star Wars,
Star Wars
had what's his name?
One
black dude.
No, they had
in the beginning, the first 3 Star Wars had what was
Samuel Jackson.
Billy D. Williams. Billy D.
Yeah. So then Samuel Jackson. And then you had Finn. So we're okay with just like throwing just a random black dude.
We're not done.
And a cast of all of these.
There's multiple black people within the Star Wars universe.
And they're not even talking just black, because there was also people of color.
Yeah, people of color. There was Puerto Ricans. There were.
Where were we at?
Well,
Oscar Isaac. He's Hispanic.
Espinito, what's his name?
Giancarlo Esposito. He's Hispanic.
Puerto Ricans ain't Hispanic.
No, I'm just saying, like, there's multiple races that are.
Their whole thing.
Tim Burton is all white.
Hispanic is white people to me anyway, so it don't even matter.
Giancarlo Esposito, he not white.
Where is he from?
I think he's half black, half.
I'll let you know right now.
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but I don't think you would say he was a white Hispanic. So
something interesting. You guys should watch that Earth 616 documentary on Disney, because they start going into like talk about character development for the characters that they put out recently, like Kamala Khan, who's Miss Marvel, and
Captain Marvel too, right?
and then Miles Morales,
who's America Chavez gonna be in something.
She's supposed to.
Esposito was born in Copenhagen, wherever that's at.
I mean, but
she's supposed to, but she looks Latina, but she's an alien, so technically she's not of any Latino race, but she looks like it, so she adopted the look. So. But like Miles Morales, and what Marvel did was they reached out to people of that culture to create, like a Puerto Rican dude created Miles Morales.
However, but my point wasn't against any of that. My point was in his statement that you read, he said when they started bringing in other races, he called it because they wanted to be PC. That's my
not
problem.
the case.
And I want to say that's my issue right there, is whenever something becomes multicultural or becomes a bunch of different ideologies, all of a sudden it's because it was done for PC, because the default is apparently white.
You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct.
That's the issue.
And you know what? 80% of the time I feel like it's casted because of that. I don't feel like it was wholeheartedly written for any other reason other than
because
that.
if you let's say outside of fantasy, if you are saying, okay, I'm going to make a show or I'm going to make a movie that represents the current times or based off of it. The current times is diverse. So if I make a diverse class, I'm not doing it because it's PC. I'm doing it because I want it to be more realistic to what I see on a daily basis.
And like that's always been my issue with all of this, and that's my issue with mainly his statement too. Is that
oh my God, these comments were from 2016. These Tim Burton comments were from 2016.
People have been complaining about this for
people. People have been being more. I mean, it's like I said, it is stem from cancel culture. It's people pretty much calling people out on the bullshit they said, and what he said was bullshit. No matter how you.
I still don't see his answer about. I'm trying to look for the quote where he said they're just not interesting. I don't see that in anything that I've read, though.
I mean, that doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't really matter the statement
it's a huge difference because you can interpret that, when you say a statement like that, like that's terrible to fucking say. But the only thing I keep seeing is just nowadays people are talking more about, about it. Things either call for it or they don't. Like, that's what I keep reading. I'm trying to find that statement. Like, I can't find that statement. Yeah.
I mean, like from the fantasy standpoint that we're talking about, I feel it's. I'm just saying, like I said, like when me and when Imani even talked about it, we were like discussing it for a bit, and we were like one portrayal we brought up was Annie. Like, I still like the white version Annie. Like, the Jamie Foxx Annie is trash.
No, I agree.
You didn't like the Jamie Foxx Annie?
And people remade it and talking like we need, like, we don't need that. Like, you can make.
I wouldn't call Annie fantasy, though. Because Annie was more so based off of a specific area of impoverished people. Like, Annie was.
But it's still a story about this girl that you can. Like, you can put it in any story, though.
But when I talk about fantasy, I talk about, like Avatar. That's not a race. Whatever Edward Scissorhands was, like, he was creation, is not a race.
But he was created by a white dude. Yeah. So if he's in a society where a white man made this person, he's gonna make this person a white man. Yeah. Like, we would have an uproar if this white man made a black dude with Edward Scissorhands.
Unreal.
Like, Beetlejuice is not a race. That
he was just a monster that invaded a white family.
But here's the thing.
He probably was.
He wouldn't survive being on Crenshaw jumping in the house.
No. But see, y'all keep on bringing back to the black culture. What I'm saying is that character did not have to be only. It didn't have to be a race.
Well, I mean, it wasn't. We knew it was Michael Keaton,
and Michael Keaton did amazing. But the way his comments was said, it was as if he was saying, it could have been a better black actor. He was like, I'm not even looking because this character is white. That's what his statements is saying. Like, he's not even looking at black actors because they can't portray my fantasy characters that I create,
which is fine.
No, it's not.
Why? That's like it's his. But I know I'm saying, like, it's his fantasy characters. Like it's his fantasy characters.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. We're gonna agree to disagree. They can have their opinions. I don't care. Let's go.
I feel like y'all just attacking the creativity of an artist in general.
No, I'm not.
All I said was white don't have to be default, and the fact.
But it don't got to be default. But you're talking about an actual white actor.
No. Tim Burton's comments made it seem like white is default, and that's.
I mean, but that's really Tim Burton.
Technically, it has always been.
But I mean, that's even Tim Burton, though. But I mean, but you can say that Tyler Perry is right. But you can say that Tyler Perry's default is black.
No,
like. Tyler Perry's default ain't black?
No, because
no.
Hold on. Like, what fantasy movie has Tyler Perry did?
But if he did a fantasy movie, what would his default be?
Right. I don't think it would be. We don't know.
Look at have y'all watched Jingle Jangle?
I haven't seen it yet, but I mean, that's a fantasy.
That's
perfect
a fantasy
example.
Movie.
That was a fantasy Christmas movie that everyone loves. It could have been anybody, and the only reason everybody loves it because it's a great Christmas black movie.
And it's
and that's the reason why everybody talks about it. It's a great black Christmas movie. They don't say it's a great Christmas movie.
That's probably one of my favorite Christmas movies.
That's the thing. Like, we already put movies and make these things like those are the great black movies.
I'm more worried about I don't like if a white director don't want to put people of color in his movie. I don't want the
care story
anymore.
To be if I don't watch the movie.
Because I want to be able to see movies that are created by people like us with a mixed, diverse cast. Because they're in tune. They know what we act like, how we behave, who we are. So when these white directors refuse to, I'm just going to be like, why do I care? Like, why?
That's where y'all mixing up.
Because I know.
I'm not looking for a fantasy movie to have
my character traits in it. What I'm saying is, if it's a fantasy movie, a black actor should have the same chances as a white actor.
Aladdin.
There shouldn't be any case in it.
Yeah,
Aladdin.
There you go.
What about it?
I mean, we had Will Smith play the genie.
Okay,
we had diverse cast.
The cast was all. Was it Lion King?
Lion King became an all black cast.
Yeah, literally.
Lion King.
Lion King didn't have. Lion King was never all white. The original Lion King had black people in it too. What are you talking about?
I'm about to look up all the voice actors. They were all white.
No, they was not.
No, they was not. The original
Simba was
but I mean,
Jason Weaver.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, yeah, like the original.
Such a wild conversation.
Yeah, we definitely went
James Earl Jones was Mufasa.
Yeah.
Such a wild conversation.
What I'm saying is that
because first I want to let y'all know what the opposite of what y'all two are saying when y'all brought up Tyler Perry. Y'all brought up the opposite of essentially reverse racism. I'm not saying that's what you were saying, but that's what the optics were. This is a wild conversation. And I don't want to be a part of it anymore.
But I mean, my thing is like, I'm not trying to put racism in it. It's like, why don't we focus on the actual, like that? Even when it comes to cosplay and comic books, like you can't have a white Superman or a black Superman. So like, nigga, Superman was made by just it's a fucking fictional character.
So that's
so why are we even like? Why would you ask Tim Burton? Like, why you ain't got black characters? It's like this, if his imagination is how he views these characters he's created, whether they white skin, brown skin, whatever, this is how he views.
So we're not talking about the skin.
And you can't expect the person that has never been around diversity and culture to include it.
Yeah, because y'all keep on bringing in skin and culture, and that's not the conversation.
But I mean,
I don't understand. No, you ain't finna yell like this. Hell no. You ain't finna do this because I don't understand. I don't understand the conversation because I don't understand the conversation of diversity. But then we're telling it's not about skin, it's not about color. But why we don't have colored people in fantasy?
That's not what they
I don't understand.
So the question is, okay, listen. Let me. I got it. All right. I'm
about to mute Diz Mike because he ain't gonna be interrupting people.
So let me do
because he want to, and he feel like the conversation is over. It might be over for you, but it ain't over for the rest of us.
Bro, because we're talking in fucking circles.
I'm trying. We understand it.
About an hour and a half in, we need to go to a break.
But so if I create a character, a turtle is green. Mm-hmm. There's no race to it. There's no culture to it. Any actor should be able to try out for that role, and I should be able to pick whoever is the best actor.
Okay.
Now, Tim Burton's statement was, I created this turtle. Black people can't play this because they're not interested enough.
But I still can't find that exact statement. Okay. And I know that's the thing that's killing me because that what you're saying versus what we read, like what I looked on 3 different websites. And I cannot find him saying that black people are uninterested. He literally said, if it calls for it, it calls for it.
But that's what I'm saying. So here's the thing.
Basically saying he ain't going to force something to please us.
He ain't going to force something to please us.
Which I respect.
Hold on. Let me directly answer that. If it calls for it, calls for it. That makes sense if it's based off of culture and if it's based off of skin. But if I'm creating a green character that is a turtle, why does white or black call for it?
It don't call for it.
It doesn't.
It's actual voice talent.
And that's
so
what
if I made this character and I know how I want it to sound, if you don't sound like that, then you don't sound like that.
And 90% of the folks he grabbed for the main character is Johnny Depp. He literally writes his movies for him.
Again, we're not disregarding the people who've already been in the role. The only argument against him is his statement was just wrong because your characters are fantasy characters. So
I think there's a lot of assumptions because we don't. I think there's a lot of assumptions.
You just got on Diz. Let him finish. Let him finish.
Statement. So if the role calls for a specific accent, nigga, we hear that whole talking white shit. Like we hear it from both. A black person can talk that way. A white person can talk that way. If your characters are fantasy and not based off of skin or culture, then anybody who can portray that. But because you said that, now you made it seem as if you proactively say, I'm not going to even look at black people because they are not interested enough to play these fantasy characters that I have created. And that's the issue.
But I don't think he said that because if the statement you said let's go to break then so we can find it. If the statement you said is true, then yes, I agree with you. But he literally, like, in the things that I just quickly read, he said, if it calls for it, it calls for it. I'm not gonna force something for what, you know, like if he has a vision, if he creates a character,
is that a statement itself?
Well, no, that statement itself.
It doesn't, but that's making a lot of assumptions because there's always casting calls. We don't know how many people casted out. Who casted for it? What was there? Hispanic? Was there black?
I just don't understand.
Arabic?
Like, I don't understand.
I don't know. I view Tim Burton as when he creates a movie, he creates it with an image of already who he wants, and 90% of that time he's choosing motherfucking Johnny Depp.
But again, we're not
to
talking
play
like
that
why
character.
are we not? I mean, bro, like this shit is just like even even how Did is trying to be really like this shit is far fetched. Way like we're picking Tim Burton. Like every damn near horror movie we watch is damn near a fucking white cat. Like
you got the one black dude.
Did said that earlier. Did said it. It's not just on Tim Burton. It's just Tim Burton's time right now because we brought it up to him.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, but even what Lib is trying to say is like, why are we bothering this if the problem is because we all love what Jordan Peele is doing? Just fucking leave Tim Burton alone and then watch a Jordan Peele scary movie.
But that will remain true if Jordan Peele's movies was all black. But it's not, and that's the thing.
What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying like instead. I'm saying like if
there was no white people at all in any of his movies. I want you to say
that right now.
Please say Get Out because there is a reason why there's white people in that movie.
Even
Absolutely, because they was the villain.
Even in Us.
What role did she play? I'm not.
They had the whole family. Remember, they was the white family that was next door in Us.
So they were secondary characters.
That was the whole fuck the police came on. Remember,
characters were all black.
Name a secondary black character in the Tim Burton movie.
I mean, Samuel Jackson.
One.
But those are but
one.
Right.
But I mean,
but you know, you could say this for a bunch of movies.
They have. That's what I'm saying.
For a bunch of movies.
That was Did's first statement.
I said that.
Did's first statement.
This isn't.
We're not just saying only Tim Burton. Tim Burton's the topic now.
He was the topic of the conversation. And I want to address y'all point of asking why do you do this? Why don't we just focus on our own? Because if you don't address something, it's never going to change. Let's not act like Hollywood is equally giving out money to black and white film directors. Let's not act like Hollywood is equally producing black and white films.
Man,
yes, nowadays, no, let me get this off. Nowadays, yes, you can do so much on your own, but let's not act like the Hollywood machine doesn't have to push so much shit that you see. So let's act like if we only focus on what those black directors are doing or what those black producers are doing, let's not act like that 75% of films aren't being pushed by these white studio heads, these white producers, and these white
isn't that the problem then? Like, isn't the studio heads the problem?
So then the problem is
Tim Burton should be the beast.
We have to have our own.
We do.
Like,
but
that's my solution.
Wait, but y'all brought it up.
I don't care to be doing something else for some other motherfucker.
I got this one. Watch this. But y'all brought it up. You brought up both Kev on stage doing his own thing and Django. Let's not act like that is not a reaction to Hollywood Xing us out. Because the whole reason why Kev on stage is doing his own studio and everything, he said verbatim, he has been tired of trying to pitch and audition for these white shows and give out ideas.
But I mean, that's the point, though.
And give out ideas for these white people to tell you, oh, I don't think black people's gonna like that. So even though yes,
perfect, he shouldn't. He should be talking to another black.
But that's what I'm saying.
CEO or something, or he become that person.
Why are we acting like you don't have to put money in order to get film in people's eyes?
You gotta
Why are we acting like all of this shit is equal with that? Like,
but I mean,
that's cool. No, let me finish. I let y'all talk for so fucking long. Let me finish, please. We're acting like yes, I get what you're saying, Liv. I would love for that. I want to do films. I want to make films myself. Mm-hmm. I would love to go to only black people. But let's not act like the Hollywood machine doesn't mean that you have to talk to these white people. Yeah. And let's not act like the Hollywood machine doesn't mean I'm going to have to probably try to get money from white people.
Yeah, we're not at that point yet where we can do it on our own.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't really, because I mean, that's really what we're arguing about, the fact that we're everyone's mad that it's still taking so long for us to get what we want. But that's what we are. Like, you're blaming white, like, I don't, like, what me and Lib are saying is I don't give a fuck about the white people and what they're doing.
This whole conversation wouldn't it be a conversation if he didn't say if he didn't respond? If they would have said,
but someone asked him.
No, they asked him. They said, why don't you have a more diverse cast? And if he would have just said, well, what I do is I just kind of cast whoever is best.
He did.
No, he did not.
He said if it calls for it, it calls for it.
That's not.
How does voice acting call for a race?
Right.
It's his ear. It's what he wants to fucking hear.
Your ear doesn't hear a race. Because if that's the case, then what's
so I mean?
Wait. No, hold on. Because if that's the case, if you're saying that the ear calls for a race, then that means that y'all okay with people saying, "Hey, you sound like you talk white."
That is what you're saying.
Because if that's the case, then that means that there's a such thing as talking white, and that is not a thing.
I mean, so you saying that every voice character in this show sound like a white person?
That's what he is saying.
When I read that, I did not gather that at all. So I gathered it. For one, I'm putting in the perspective here. Old white dude who never grew up around culture. He don't know nothing. All right.
But why are you talking culture?
For two, because when you know stuff, you become more inclined to use that stuff. I can't expect somebody who don't know about this to want to use it. So he makes movies the way he knows, because that is how he grew up. He didn't grow up in the fucking hood. He probably didn't grow up with a bunch of black people or Hispanic people. He probably didn't even watch movies.
Like, what does the hood got to do with?
Like, let's not.
What's the hood got to do with Edward Scissorhands? That has nothing.
But what I'm saying is, as a person, as people, when people are born and they're raised, they naturally incline to what they know. What he knows is white culture. Now, is he purposely? You guys are accusing him of purposely.
Well, I'm not trying to going to.
You guys are accusing him of purposely only picking white actors. That's the problem I have with how you're interpreting. No, he didn't. I didn't read that. I read if it calls for it.
My question is,
it calls for it, but if it don't, it don't.
I just genuinely want to know.
I don't understand how you gather that.
I genuinely want to know how you don't. If the evidence is, other than Samuel, he's only picked white actors, and the answer was, if it calls for it, it calls for it.
So he's saying everything
because he wrote it from a white perspective.
Even voices. How
you write a voice from a white perspective?
Fam, you ain't
how do you write a voice in a white perspective?
Fam, we literally argue all the time about how the anime version of a character sounds into the American version. It's always gonna be a difference. Like what you hear, that's why people watch subtitles.
Wait, perfect example then. So perfect example. Because if you're talking about that, so there are so many black voice actors. What's the black actor that plays like Susie Q and all these other characters? I can't think of her name.
Are you talking about I know you're talking about
Cree Summers.
I know you're talking about.
Cree Summers has played both white characters and black characters.
So
Tara Strong.
Yeah. Look at this. Hold on. Keith David is a voice actor in Caroline, and he's black.
Hold on, bro.
Like, and that's
you can't get on Dance for interrupting.
And I'm just trying to say.
Let me finish my statement.
It's cool. I mean, I tried to tell Liv too. I tried to tell Liv too.
You can't get on other people.
I tried to tell Liv too. Like, we got to give everybody a chance. Like,
you can't be interrupted.
I know you get your bullet points together.
Get your talking points together.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Because here's the thing: both of them play both white characters and black characters. It is not based off of them being their race. It's based off of can you vocally make your voice sound. That's what a voice artist is.
My thing. So the question. Okay, you can finish.
Well, I was going to say. So if I make a whole bunch of fantasy movies that don't have anything specific, we're not talking culture. We're not talking race. When I choose it, I should choose whoever can vocally do what I envision.
Right.
So if I say I only do what it's called for and I'm only good in white people, then that's me like okay.
But I mean, my question is then, because I don't know the process, and apparently either y'all do or y'all read this somewhere, and I'm not looking like is his process that he's telling like find me white 34-year-old males who got a voice like this, or is he listening to voicing?
I don't know, dog, because
could be that specific.
I'm looking at some of the voice actors, and he got black voice actors in his movies. So I don't know what the fuck you guys gathered from that statement, but I think that the perspective that they were putting it in was not the cartoon fantasy movies where voice actors are needed, but the movies where he actually has human beings in it, such as Edward Scissorhands and that last movie, because he has fucking black voice actors in The Nightmare Before Christmas. He's got black voice actors in Caroline.
I swear
He's
to God, I
got
thought
Asian
Oogie Boogie was
voice
a black
actors in fucking. That's
what I'm saying. Like, it seemed like it's a regular casting call.
It's just like
it could have been. I don't know if they were speaking specifically on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I say. To me,
I think it's the human casting.
Either way, that's
not voice acting.
Is a statement of it calls what it calls for when your cast is 96% white.
But what are we talking about now? Are we talking about like y'all been creating this whole argument of a fantasy world that Lib is pointing out that he has voice actors?
I said maybe it was voice acting. I I'll admit, I said maybe.
So now, so take voice acting out, and we're talking about literal acting, and now you just stand his movies up to what is going on in the movies he create, and where does a black person place in his movies?
However, outside of just the voice acting, because not taking like the claymation stuff and stuff like that, he makes fantasy movies with real people.
Yeah.
Well, and still,
I mean, I would be Edward Scissorhands, like I said.
Right, like, but it's still all white.
But I mean, that could be visually what he sees, though. Like now, when we're talking about voicing and everything,
I'm not saying
because that was my argument of saying like the Tyler Perry's and all that kind of stuff. Like if a person visually sees a movie being an all black cast or whatever, like. And someone asks like, well, why didn't you put this person in there? It's like, I didn't see that. Like, I didn't
Sweeney Todd ain't got no black actors.
But again, it's not the process of
issue to say that. Hey, that's not right.
Right.
Well, why is it not right?
Because it's the statement. Because if he would,
well, no, I mean the statement of not being black people. If he literally,
even if the statement is. That's just what I see. When they added because you said the first part of it was when they added the Asian character. Or they added such and such.
Like in context of the whole statement.
This is just what I see. All of that is wrong.
Well, okay. So when I read that, this is how I interpreted it. He saw that as a force, which I do occasionally do agree that sometimes they just throw a fucking colored character in there as a force. That's where the root of my argument is. So when he said that, I kind of was like, well, I feel that way too when I just randomly see a Hispanic Latino character in an all-white show.
And that's why I wanted to end the conversation. When you were saying I just wanted to end it just because that's going to be our fundamental difference. Lib agrees.
You look at that statement different from
that's why
us.
I'm looking at it in two different ways. Because I'm trying to play slightly devil's advocate because I do see that a lot of us get thrown into.
It's Christmas, bro.
Yeah,
like us. Like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, what's the Christmas episode? We might probably hit the other bottle. Like,
I mean, I'm not.
As a matter of fact, fuck this conversation. Like, I'm gonna watch a Tim Burton movie. I'm probably gonna watch Edward Scissorhands tonight and wonder why they know. And look for the one. There was a black cop in Edward Scissorhands. God damn it!
I want to preface this because we had a fucking 45-minute conversation.
We did.
I want to preface this again. I didn't say we need to cancel Edward.
Yeah, we know.
Nobody said cancel him.
But
we should be able to criticize him.
No, I mean
that's my point.
And talk to him about that shit. Like, fam.
Isn't a problem, especially in an industry like Hollywood.
No, I mean,
and if somebody say something that you disagree with, we should be able to say that was a fucked up statement.
Yeah, so I mean, and that's why I said, like, I think me and Lib were even like that. Like, I didn't look, but like I said, Lib said he can't. Like, if I literally saw, if you gave me a quotation, black people are not interesting.
I'm sorry, even his statement that Lib read was fucked up.
But I mean, but the statement of saying like, if it calls for it, it calls for it.
Literally, that's what he said.
Like I feel like
don't forget the first part because it's the full statement.
That was the first part.
No, the first part was about the PC.
He used to watch when they.
That came after.
That's not how you read it.
Dog.
Like, hold on, is it one whole quotation?
You read that part first.
You read that part first.
Is it one whole quotation?
I don't care. I don't know.
The whole statement in general.
It's still shitty.
But I mean, I guess my thing, like, what I'm really trying to talk about is the individuality of the person, the creative. Like, that's like saying if we did a real Geekset movie and niggas like, bro, I don't care and we not talking. I don't care about culture because we can be a superhero movie.
Right, but you're basing. But see, that's based off of something. It's still based off of us as Geekset.
I've got to clarify something on the statement that I read.
Remember, think about creating a world, whether it's voice acting or just a world that has no race.
Okay, and that's what I was trying to talk about too.
So this is how it read off. It said the famed director acknowledged that diversity has become a popular discussion topic, but told editor Rachel Simon that things either call for things or they don't. He continued, I remember back when I was a child watching the Brady Bunch.
Right.
So now this is just how it was written out on here. Is that the sequence in how he stated it? Maybe not. I don't know. But
even
things either call for things or they don't. And when I look at a 60-year-old white dude, I understand why black and Hispanic things don't call.
Because, I mean, he's from that. Like, he's talking about Brady Bunch.
Should we not be able to call him out for it?
Why though? Like, it's a fruitless battle. I don't care to call this motherfucker out. Why?
But see, so you don't, but other people too.
I know other people too because that's the thing to do.
No,
But I'll also tell you why it's beneficial to call it out because you may not get through Tim Burton. Sure, he's 60-year-old white man.
That's what I was about to say.
For him, but there are up and coming directors. There are up and coming.
They're trying to model themselves.
Now they're gonna get the issues. They came at him. We know it's not okay to do that.
Mm. So now we're getting a pity part.
Yeah,
now we're getting a pity part.
So let me
Why is somebody seeing that and saying, you know what, I agree.
Because
hold on, let me finish. Why if you do something wrong? Matter of fact, no. Outside of this, matter of fact, let's say this. Let's say this was fire, and Liv touches it and burns his hand, and then I see it. I'm like, well, I ain't gonna do that. That doesn't mean I'm. It's a pity because I saw somebody else fuck up and I want to do it.
That is terrible.
No, it's not.
It's hot.
Hold on, let me finish.
I got injured. I hope you don't.
So Tim Burton doing whatever he's doing, getting backlash because it's fucked up, and a director comes up and says, "I agree, that is fucked up. I'm not going to do what Tim Burton is doing. I'm going to do that." That's
so let me force a character into my movie.
That's what I keep trying to argue. Like, for me, y'all are trying to, like, to me, I feel like it's like,
I don't want somebody to include me in something if they never had the original thought to.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I don't want you to include me in something if your original thoughts were never there. Your intentions were never there. But because now you see this person, now you see this person getting scolded. So now I'm going to include this so that I don't get scolded. It's a selfish way of putting somebody into a movie or whatever it is,
especially because it's a loaded question.
Yourself.
I got a question about this.
To save yourself.
So I got a question to that. All right. So I'm going to put me. This is my actual thought process and me personally in it.
Yeah.
All right. Prior to probably like, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago, I would not call myself an ally to the LGBT community. Right?
Okay.
Now, I wasn't doing anything against them and I was not taking them out about anything, but I wasn't actively speaking up for them, right?
Yeah.
In the past 2-3 years, I have been on pride committees. I have been at the pride parade. I am an avid ally that speaks up for the pride community. Right? So, and it came from me gathering new information. I saw that. I see what other people was going through, understanding it, and I became an ally. So is it pity now just because I got new information and now I'm an ally?
That was a conscious decision for you.
Okay, so how is a director not having a conscious decision?
Because somebody didn't fucking come and tell you and say you hate gay people.
No.
Or you didn't see somebody tell Didge or Ron, you hate gay people. And then you said, maybe I shouldn't.
I did.
And maybe I should go and start looking into things.
It's not about hate, but I saw the fight that they was going through, and I made a conscious decision that I'm going to do this. So
let
me finish my comparison. So as a director, if I'm a director and I'm making movies, I'm not excluding black people. I'm not excluding Puerto Ricans or being diverse, but I see that Tim Burton, one of the best directors in the game, getting flack for not having diversity. And I say, you know what? I'm going to make a conscious decision as a director to make sure that I keep my realism and I keep it diverse. That's not pity. Because I've gathered new information.
It's a very selfish way of thinking because at the end of the day, the benefit that you receive from it is not receiving backlash.
But that's the same thought process I had as a pride.
No, you don't. No, because
how you gonna tell me?
Because you're not working on a daily and people walking down to you be like, you hate gay people because you don't support them.
I'm not saying the director
it's not the same.
No, I'm not saying the director coming up.
I personally don't want somebody to give me a position because they feel some sort of way because of what they seen somebody go through. Like that's selfish.
I'm not talking about that.
That's selfish.
But again, this goes back to my
to me, gathering knowledge and changing your thought process is not selfish.
This goes back to my main issue with his statement.
Conscious decisions come when you feel some way, Rudy. When you feel something, it doesn't influence to cover your ass. Now, if you want to cover your ass, that's different.
Let Dish get his off.
But you know, in all fairness, Rudy was talking in the middle of it and said something that I can't agree with.
The only thing I was just saying is gathering knowledge and changing your thought process is not pity.
That's conscious though.
Can I ask my question now?
Yeah.
My question goes into this, and it actually directs you. I want your answer because out of all of this, and it goes to my issue is what my issue is. Well, his statement is that automatically
when I skip break because
we might as well when characters of other races or sexualities or whatever are brought in, it's automatically viewed as PC. Why are you automatically assuming that a white director bringing in or casting another race, casting another sexuality or whatever? Because you're also doing that with your statement of saying that you don't want that. Why are you automatically assuming it's done for purely pure PC reasons or selfish reasons. Why can't? Are you saying that you don't think that white directors are capable of just doing that because they can? Like, yes, like to Rudy's point, he saw other people catching flack, and he made that conscious decision, even if he wasn't being a non-ally. Yeah. If he was just living his life,
I made it a conscious decision to be more vocal and be active,
be a better ally, essentially. So
that's that, and it was based off of seeing how other people were not being allies, and like the stuff that they were saying that they would get berated at, and I was like, wow, like I understand what that community is going through. So I felt that I should change my actions.
We have to compartmentalize two things, because there's two different scenarios that you place here.
I'm really lost,
and this is what I'm trying to.
I feel like using
explain to you.
I feel like using LG,
and that's the problem.
That's the problem. Using LGB is really hard.
Hold on, I need to answer.
It's really hard.
The only reason why I did that because I wanted to bring me in it.
May I answer Didge's question? I'm going to compartmentalize it because it is a two-part answer, and this is my thought process behind it. Do I think that that white directors make conscious decisions out of the goodness of their heart to put people of color into movies without having some sort of underlying selfish reason to? Absolutely. I think that they do that. There's a lot of white directors that do that. All right. Do I also think, and this is in the context of how Rudy was explaining it, that a white director that sees another director such as Tim Burton catching backlash because he made a statement about not having black people in his movies, and then him changing it to say, well, he's catching backlash, let me put these black actors into this movie. That right there in itself is a selfish conscious decision. So there's two. There's two. Not yet.
I mean,
because I didn't get my shit off. I didn't get my shit. You can't. How are you gonna finish my own statement?
If we're not taking no break, then
how is he gonna finish my statement? Like, I wasn't even done talking. I still had a word coming out of my mouth. So no and yes.
Go ahead.
So yes and no. Yes, there could be conscious directors that that make the decision to put have a diverse cast in their movies. Fresh, dope. There's also probably directors that view that other directors are catching backlash and now want to put these people of color in their movies, not because they feel that they deserve the opportunity, but because they don't want to be targets themselves. And that is a truth and a reality that you need to understand, because it is. Especially, yes, you are, because you posed the question, because y'all think.
How can I tell your?
I don't have questions. I know where I stand.
Right, but we're telling you that we didn't. That's not. We never disagree with that point.
I will tell you that'll happen regardless.
Yeah, that will
happen regardless.
But what we're saying is,
you didn't have to have this. What happened with Tim Burton for that to happen? There are directors who are probably doing that.
Exactly. Yes.
But you didn't need the Tim Burton conversation to have that. So what I gathered from what Rudy's point is, and correct me if I'm wrong, what he's saying is you have those directors who are already doing that, who are already doing it. Let's take it actually with just racial injustice as a whole. Mm-hmm. There are people who they were already felt like they were being an ally to black people. They were already doing this, and to that point where it's not enough to just silently support. Now you have to be anti-racist,
and that was my point.
That's sort of what he was trying. What I gathered he was trying to say. So I'm like, yes, and I think that's what you can get from a conversation like this, where you're gonna get a director who he probably was doing all of the right things, but now it's kind of like, okay, I got reaffirmed. I feel better about, knowing that I am doing the right thing.
That is not what Rudy said.
Said,
at all.
Why are you telling me?
Because now we softening it. It literally, what was said was a director saw that Tim Burton is getting backlash, so he's going to put people of color in his movie. That is exactly what you said, though. That is exactly what was said.
Let me re-go over the premise I said.
Literally, verbatim.
Can I re-go over the premise?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, as long as it's not changed, because that is not.
Okay, even if you feel like Rudy didn't say it, I said it.
You said it. Yes.
I said if there's a director who is not doing anything culturally or racially, and he sees Tim Burton, and he sees Tim Burton, and he says, "Oh, Tim Burton's getting flack. I want to make sure that I am a better ally, so I'm going to start doing this more." That's the same thing. And I said, and the reason why I brought myself in, I said that I was not an ally against the LGBT community, but I was not speaking up as much as I can. I see other people getting flack for not speaking up, and I realized, like, damn, I could be a better ally, and I became a better ally for the LGBT community. So this conversation with Tim Burton, I'm not saying that there's not people out there that's going to do it for selfish reason, but just because somebody gathered more information from watching Tim Burton and made a conscious decision that I'm going to be a better ally, I'm going to make sure I cast more diversely, I don't think that's selfish. I think that that's somebody who's gathering more knowledge based off of seeing somebody else fail.
That is totally different than how it was presented about 20 minutes ago.
No, let me stop. Because all of this still is going from the fact that y'all saying that Tim Burton said that black people aren't interested.
No, I said
regardless, even with the statement that lived.
But my thing is like, even with his statement though, but this statement came though, because someone approached Tim Burton like, why you don't got black people in your movies?
Well, it wasn't just specifically black. It said more diverse.
Yeah, it said diverse.
That is a
valid question.
You could go to Tyler Perry.
But it's not. So the problem, so the issue I'm having is, it's not that his movies aren't diverse. We want more diverse.
No,
his movies aren't really that.
His human version movies aren't diverse.
How many human version movies did he really do at a time?
Edward Scissorhands, Sweeney Todd.
We talking about decades ago. A decade ago.
Batman.
Yeah, a decade ago. So but all his animated movies he did, we can see a diverse cast.
They had black and Asian.
Remember Tim Burton?
Caroline.
A lot of movies.
I think it's been Caroline. Honestly,
that came out what?
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I'm even wondering why we even bother with Tim Burton. Like, is there a new movie coming out? Like,
I think the reason this
it was stemmed from Samuel Jackson's statement.
It came from that.
Samuel Jackson
from a 2016 movie, though. That I've never even seen.
What movie was it in?
I don't even know.
But I think why this came back though now is because they said, I think it was Warner. They, according to rumors, they want to tap him to do an Addams Family reboot, and which
should be.
I kind of heard about that because I know they've been petitioning for Johnny Depp.
His thing was, he said he'd only do it with Johnny Depp. Which now if we're talking, that's the issue, because the main character, or Gomez Addams, he was in the source material, is not a white man.
He's not. Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
If he's Spanish, dude, if he's Spanish, he's a fucking white man.
I don't think he was Spanish either.
Look up the source.
Gomez is a Spanish last name. My cousin's last name is Gomez.
Gomez is his first name, not his last name, bro.
Adams is like an American name. Like,
like as an American name. Like, there we go. Like, Adams is an American name.
But that's what I'm saying though, because like we already had an Adams family where,
and on top of that, the thing with Johnny Depp,
like we had an Adams family where he wasn't white. Like the guy wasn't white. So why we can't have if we're gonna get it, if y'all want Tim Burton,
the reason why he say he won't do it with Tim Burton, and you know what, I can see without Johnny,
Gomez,
I can see
Adams' origin is he's a Hispanic Spanish American.
So he's Spaniard. He's white. Like,
that's not white, bro.
That is, bro. How are you going to tell me? How are you going to tell me?
We got source material here.
Europeans. They're colonizers. They are white. They despised black people. They had black slaves. They felt they were superior. The only difference between this white and that white is that they speak Spanish and these whites speak English. To me and to other Hispanics, Latinos, whatever, they're white.
So I got a question.
European.
Are they more so?
They're white descent.
Are they oppressors or because
absolutely?
Yes.
How do you think I came about?
I'm saying I would agree they're oppressors, but you can't call them. You can't put a whole nother race on somebody. They're not white.
White isn't a race, though. White is the color of their skin. They're white Europeans.
You got me there.
They're white Europeans.
I mean, they're following, even if you want to say like they're following,
elitist.
They're following the white culture.
No, like you got to understand.
Those words that you are using are correct. They're elitists. They're oppressors. I guess when I'm thinking the white
color
American.
white. Yeah. Because I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like,
they are though.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying.
However, I will tell you why this became an issue, and it was actually to your point what you had just said. It was because the most known Gomez Addams was a Puerto Rican actor. So
that's because that was the only movie.
but that was the point.
But what about the Gomez from the original?
Right, the Gomez from the original.
You're talking about Tim Curry's? Wasn't that?
No, nigga, the TV show, the black and white
one.
Yeah, that's the original one. Yeah, that's the original. The source material.
But then that's what then the movie Addams Family. Tim
Curry, I don't think he was probably. I'm pretty sure Tim Curry.
He was probably Italian or something.
And then that's to the point though. it wasn't. It's not necessarily.
But I don't care if they cast Johnny Depp as Gomez because Johnny Depp adapts the type of characters that he are. To me,
he's an actor.
To me,
like,
that's a character. It's not. When I look at Addams Family, Gomez, like for Christ's sakes, Uncle Fester is fucking white. I'm okay with Johnny Depp being that.
Cut me off. So can I bring to what you just?
I'm
said?
okay with that.
Raul, Raul is Puerto Rican.
But to your point, what you had just
born
said,
in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Earlier in the conversation, your thing was that if the character calls for it, this character apparently historically was Puerto Rican, but now you're okay with
the actor was Puerto Rican. The written character for the Addams Family was never defined as a Puerto Rican character.
But source material.
I mean,
that is an actor.
But why
that is an actor.
Why
are we acting like? Why are we not acting like that doesn't happen all the time? Superman wasn't written as a white man.
Yes, he was. He was written as a white alien that fell down in Kentucky
a Kryptonian
for a white family. But he was drawn white.
A white man drew him.
The entire Kryptonian race was white.
He was acting as a Hispanic.
The original Adam Gomez was Hispanic, acting as the source material.
The original hold
on, I'm lost here. Hold on,
the Addams Family Gomez. The Addams Family Gomez makes a play. As a matter of fact, if you really want to get deep into it, it's pretty insulting to Hispanic culture because that's not how they behave. For one, okay? For two, he wasn't written as to be defined as a Spanish character because when you look at the Addams Family, every single one of them is some sort of different weird. If that was the case, Uncle Fester, who is his brother, wouldn't be a fat white guy. Pugsy wouldn't be a fat white boy. Wednesday wouldn't be a Mormon white girl that doesn't look Latina. His wife don't even look Latina.
That's a fucking hairball.
It's just an oddball character of characters. And the whole play of it was to take what at the time, because it was made like in the 50s, was to take this play of sexy Latino and place it on this random character.
I really thought he was playing the character of Pepe Le Pew.
I identified that character as a Hispanic, Latino, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Cuban. If anything, I would probably say he would be more Spaniard.
I gave him more Frenchy, like Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, like French.
I gave him Pepe Le Pew, like the whole Academy.
As a matter of fact, he spoke in French. Mon ami, he would speak to French to fucking Morticia.
I got a question to that. So if I create a show, right? I just want to get you guys' thought on this. If I create a show,
I'm enjoying this episode.
Yeah, me too.
It's a good episode.
If I create a show,
you got frustrated.
Wait, hold on.
I'd be tired of that.
Y'all so.
Oh man, like we can't. You act like you can't do a little banter.
Right. Go ahead. Do your show.
Who am I talking to?
Do your show. All right, Rudy Ruffin. See, his weakness is showing.
Ignore you. Y'all ignore me. I'm getting weak.
Yeah, we don't want to hear that shit. Let's say it all together. We don't want to hear that shit.
Frustration makes for a good episode.
But my question is this: if I create a character, so this is a whole fantasy based off character, right? I create a character and it's not based out. It's not like blue color or shit like that, or like it's just a character. And the first iteration of this thing that I create is played by a black person, right? Mm-hmm. Now, the characteristic may not be black because we may be in a fantasy world, right? So we're in outer space, but the character is a black character. He's not doing black stuff like yo. He's a black character. If they remake it, is my character base? Is that character now a black person, or can that character be?
Did you put this character on a piece of paper at all?
Yeah.
Or you just told somebody?
No.
So how did you draw the character?
I made the character. The show is out. It's a black person. I got fucking Denzel Washington playing the character. This is the first iteration. Right, this is the first iteration of this show, the first iteration of this in this fantasy world.
The Black Lightning nigga.
Right. It's the first iteration of this character in this show. Is that character forever black?
I mean, you can say yes or no because you're the owner of the character.
I'm the owner, right?
Yeah.
Now, if I say that if this character is played by a black person for the first time ever, but I say that this character is an alien in this space world, he is a Couchtonian. Right?
Couchtonian.
That's
terrible.
I know, but
I take it. I take it. I take it.
Does that so? And he's played by
Denzel. Played by Denzel. Denzel's a Couchtonian.
He's a Couchtonian. Does that character always have to be black? Because now I took away black, but the first iteration was a black person. Does that person have to be black?
I think yeah.
Why did you say no for Superman?
What do you mean? Superman's white. What do you mean I said no?
He's not white, though.
He is white. His color is white. Black ain't an ethnicity. Black is a color. So if I see a character that's black, I expect for that character to be black.
So when they were talking about...
That's not his... It's not his culture necessarily.
There's comic books with a black Superman. Michael B. Jordan was on the short list to be the next Superman.
But these Superman iterations also come from other universes.
No, but here's the thing.
Like, you have to make a whole new universe to make this.
Right.
Wait.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
But, okay.
Meaning, like, nigga, we gonna make it relevant or not. Like, we don't, like, you know what I'm saying?
So then here goes my question. Because if on the show Krypton, there are characters that are deformed that are not necessarily look like a white human, but they are Kryptonians.
Okay.
So are they white?
Are they white colored?
No, there's characters. There's
what color is their skin?
There's multiple.
Like, what makeup they like? Do they look like Worf?
What? Are
we talking about Star Trek?
They
like,
gotta
they
be
look
a
like
color.
Worf?
No. So they're
like the dude, the Klingon. He black. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see a white Klingon.
But no, there's multiple Klingons though. Here's the thing. There's other Klingons. He's not the only Klingon.
Are they white?
There's no.
They're black.
No, there's other people that play Klingons that are played by white characters.
But they're black. The character Klingon
the skin
itself
color
is a black.
The skin color of a Klingon is the dark colored skin.
Yes.
No matter if you put a white person under that mat, if they're that color that they made,
but they're not,
is that color.
Okay. They made that color, but they had a white person play it, right? And then nobody's calling the Klingon back.
But I mean,
that's the same thing we were saying about Tim.
No, that's backwards. Because I mean, that would be like saying
this has nothing to do with the rest of the conversation. But when he lived earlier, said there were no black Kryptonians. If we're using the show Krypton as apparently it's source material, there were black Kryptonians.
Okay, I'm not talking about the show. I've never watched the show, so I don't know, and I'm not doubting it. But when the iteration, when Superman was created, everything was white.
No, it was not. Because if you go back to, because you can look at some of those old pages at Krypton, and there were beings that were blue skin, green skin. Kryptonian is not a color of the skin. Kryptonian is the race of that alien race based on who you can fly, you get those powers, you're super strength. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not just based off of that because this fantasy world.
But I mean, we live in a world where
if I create something based off of Compton, and because I live in Compton and I'm around black people, that's different. That's not.
I mean, you can put. So are you saying that you can't put a white person in that environment?
You could.
I was gonna say because I'm gonna disagree.
What?
No.
I mean,
a
white person. Imagine a white person.
That's your imagination. That's your imagination of a white person. Like, that's what you're already gonna be like this over the top. But someone can write a white person.
I know, just like here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
But my main,
we got white dogs.
Like, that's like the whole thing.
Let me put it all together because I was trying to get to a point, and I just want to make sure I put it all together before we're done. The reason why I was bringing up if I had a character like that or I had a thing like that is because yes, Superman at that moment when it was drawn or whatever like that, it was white, but not all Kryptonians is white. Right? Just because I create a character, if I create and what we're trying to get with the Addams family, the first iteration of that character, he was what we said he was He was Puerto Rican.
So the actor was Puerto Rican.
I know, right? The actor was Puerto Rican, and that's why I posed the question: if the first iteration of a character is played by somebody, do they have to be played by that all the time?
Was that the first iteration? Like, was Addams Family nothing but a show before it became a show?
For what
I think so.
Yep, it was created as a show. So that's the source. That's the source material of that. That first iteration of it was it. Now he didn't have, like you said. I agree with you. His mannerisms was enough Puerto Rican. Like, he didn't have the mannerisms. He didn't oversell.
But I think that's what it was, though, because it was like, now if you want to go into that point, then if anything, if you want to say even casting for that time and date that time, it was the look that they wanted. Because every Gomez looks the same.
Yeah.
So grabbing that Gomez.
Which Johnny Depp could most likely look just like that Gomez.
Like, it's just a small mustache.
Because he's fucking
every
white.
Gomez. Which, I mean, you can say, if you want to say a black person with a little mustache, whatever, you can do that too. But if you're trying
weird.
but if you're trying to follow source material.
If that wasn't, I think, because the whole point of how we got to that, honestly, was I was saying how this conversation got back in. How the whole Tim Burton thing came back in, and that was sort of why it came back in, because even in the situation where
Johnny Depp should play Gomez.
If you're gonna get Tim Burton to do it,
right? Because it's either gonna be dude or M. Bison, and M. Bison ain't around no more,
bro. Like, why you want him to fuck with somebody else anyway?
Like, I don't want Puerto Rican actors.
I don't want Tim Burton to do
there aren't many. I want Tim Burton to do it. I think that would be absolutely amazing.
I ain't gonna lie.
Jordan Peele could do it.
Ooh,
but I mean,
Jordan Peele, that'll be dope.
Yeah, I can see Jordan Peele do it. But now do y'all want to see Jordan Peele direct all like now either is Jordan Peele gonna make an all black cast and change it? Like, you know,
because he gonna have dreads.
Or now y'all mad because he did create the same exact cast that we grew up with.
Right.
And like, why you didn't have no black people in this?
Y'all talking about hypotheticals. That's not even on the
everything
board.
in this conversation has been hypotheticals and assumptions.
No, it has.
Because it has been assumptions and hypotheticals.
A lot of because the argument is the source material of the characters that the director is creating.
No, my question was, if the first iteration is this, does that have to be the same thing?
I mean, it don't.
That's my question. I don't want Jordan Peele to do it.
Yeah,
I don't want Tim Burton to do it. I don't want Jordan Peele to do it. I'm tired of seeing the same people.
Then who gonna do it?
Somebody new.
Tim Burton hasn't made a movie in ages.
Somebody new. I'm tired of seeing the same fucking directors. I mean,
I agree with that. I mean,
but again, the reason for my whole premise was I'm just trying to get the rules of it. If the character is played by this and this is the first iteration, is that how it needs to be?
But you always gonna have people arguing with it
to a certain extent.
But I mean, even a hypothetical that I just said though, like, how would you feel if Jordan Peele took the Addams Family and he decided to keep the same cast, even though you've known he's done Get Out and all these trying to cast black characters, be like, nope, I'm gonna keep exactly and get white actors and do all this and make the same movie. How would you feel?
It depends on the statement as what is said.
But it's the Addams Family. There's no statement.
No.
Because that would fall into the part of what
I'm
you're
not
saying.
talking about the statement. I'm just saying the whole reason why I had an issue with the Tim Burton thing is that statement. Now, if Jordan Peele was going to do the Addams Family thing, and let's say he only casted black people, like just in general, only casted black people, and then we got a property of something like the Addams Family who's not really race related, and he said I do what it's called for, and he's still only casting black people, then yes, I would still have a problem with it, because that is being you are excluding something. You are pretty much saying like, oh yeah, no matter what the case is, it only calls for black people. Or like in Tim Burton, no matter what the case is, it only calls for.
But I mean, that's for him though.
You know what?
Like I feel
and again, that may be how he thinks.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I'm going to have an issue with it, and I'm going to say I don't like that. I don't like that thought process.
Okay, I really hate that we had this conversation because we were really supposed to talk about our favorite fucking gifts.
I know I had
and
it on the
shit
docket.
that we had.
We got time, bro. It's Christmas, nigga. Merry Christmas. We got gifts on gifts on gifts.
Gifts on gifts on
I had it on the
gifts.
docket.
That's if the listener decides to torture themselves for the next.
Because yes.
Like, I mean, shit, I gotta turn the lights back on. Do I gotta turn the lights back on, nigga? Like, what we doing?
Let's talk about these gifts.
I hate that. No, turn those off.
No.
I hate that.
Let's talk about these
shit on when
gifts.
every time y'all act up, I'm gonna cut that motherfucker off.
The reason why you're probably saying it, because you are the time cop. Like, you be trying to...
I just realized we ain't gonna do another show after this.
Right, this is our last show.
Hold on. I got a funny...
long episode.
And here's the thing. What's funny is, when I got my figure from Cornell, he was like, yeah, man. He was like, y'all got to stop cutting off the conversations, man. I like them long conversations. I was like, a lot of people do.
Yeah, but he ain't our only listener, goddammit.
No, a lot of our listeners do. Most of the listeners I talk to, they love our long episodes.
Like, Disney want to cut it short. Like, Disney got us in on
the real, he be like,
no, because one, like,
syndicated time,
nigga.
Like,
kids at home.
He trying to get us on NBC time, nigga. Like,
y'all be trying to have like 5-hour podcasts. Excuse me.
No, we trying to do like 3-hour podcasts.
Yeah, we trying to give niggas what they want.
Don't act like I was the only one. Remember the last time we was consistently doing 3-hour podcasts? Niggas would come out like, damn, man, we get kind of long. So don't act like this is
Hey, but that podcast was kind of weak though.
That's because we were.
I always fought the long podcast. I've been consistent on saying, let's keep it going.
I don't like this thing that is being blamed just on me. As if it wasn't all being like, damn.
No, don't say all. Because you definitely, I heard Liv say like we going a little long. Bacardi also, because Bacardi wanted more shit.
I don't really care.
I've always fought the long podcast.
I don't like that this is being
that's what I'm like, y'all talking about no break. Like, bro, we can take a break. Like, we gonna be, I'm fine.
On the real, I'm good. Like,
keep talking. Gifts. Isn't that what we was about to jump into?
Well, this was a Liv topic, and I want Liv to bring this topic. We can let's
do a break.
You want to do it?
Bro, we have 2 in
Liv want to go smoke. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, Liv need a break. Like, I think Liv drink all that motherfucker. Like, Liv is lit.
No, I'm actually not, bro.
You ain't?
Nope. Not like the last podcast. We got
another bottle. That's why I want to.
No, I'm not drinking no more.
I am.
That's what we need to break, though. Like,
I don't even have a buzz, so.
Let's take a break and come back for another
45 minutes?
Maybe like another 30.
Wait, hold on.
30.
Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to say it now. We're going to come back, and all we're going to talk about is Christmas topics.
No, the Christmas gifts.
Well, no, I got other Christmas topics.
Now who trying to limit conversations?
Right, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like, well, we go. That shit gonna branch out into some other.
On the real, we about to be here till 11 p.m. Y'all, we sorry.
Niggas, man, each Christmas out will be a whole other one. We gonna get the fight. We gonna get the fight on next break, nigga. All right. We are back. We are back.
See, you did it right this time.
I did it this time. I made sure because you gave me flack for it last time. That was a bit of that. All right, so let's get into the Liv topic. Because Liv been wanting to talk about this topic since last episode, and he made me change the cover because of that, and now we're not even going to use that cover.
The original cover?
We're not because it
was the title.
The title.
We still use the title.
Yeah, it was just the title.
It was the title. You're right. It is the title. You're right. But what was the topic?
We talk about like gifts, man. Like I think the best time to ever get a gift was in the late 80s, early 90s for Christmas because you just knew. You just hoped, at least, you didn't know that you was gonna get something that you done seen off the TV, off the fire ass ads that they used to fucking like Crossfire. Like I wanted the Crossfire game.
Crossfire?
Hell no, I didn't. I look at it now. I'm like, why did I want this?
Hey,
shit?
No, Crossfire was fire.
Like
I fucking love Crossfire. I would buy Crossfire now. I used to love that game.
It's just Beyblades with a ball. Like
no, it's not Beyblades
with a ball.
Because the difference with Beyblades is you got to spin. Crossfire was just really just
you shoot the ball at a spinning object,
but you don't. It's no hand motion. It's just
you got to trigger.
It's a lazy Beyblade,
right? Yeah, it's a lazy Beyblade.
Y'all not gonna disrespect Crossfire like this. Beyblade is Crossfire is the elite. Beyblade is the copy.
So what was y'all?
I'm gonna show my age on this. So I don't know what Crossfire is, y'all.
Damn.
What? You know what it is.
The commercial was so fire.
You saw the commercials.
Hey, used to come out like
the commercial with 18 as a bitch.
My brother.
Michael Bay did the goddamn commercial with Crossfire.
I had Crossfire.
That motherfucker used to come in and used to be like Crossfire.
Yeah.
You should do this like oh shit.
Y'all was talking about your memories on. I'm like, no.
Bro, commercials in the 80s and 90s made like Hungry Hippos look so amazing on the commercial.
I remember so many commercials from the 80s, I can't say the 80s, from the 90s, and I was like, I don't remember this at all.
Crossfire died in like 92,
A funny thing about Hungry Hippos is like, if you had the game and played it, like how, the commercial never showed how loud Hungry Hippos really is.
That game is annoying.
As a bitch,
I feel bad for you. That game is annoying.
Nah, because I be busting their ass in it.
That motherfucker loud. It's a quick ass game though. That shit run real quick, and niggas be slapping the shit out of that motherfucker. That shit run.
Crossfire. I used to. You know what I used to get every year that I used to love. So I don't know if y'all remember. It used to be these electronic like basketball games where the court goes like this, and then you got the little thing where you just go.
Oh yeah.
I used to love that shit.
I mean, I had
handhelds were fire too.
A Tiger electronic game was.
I used to get a remote control.
You had a Tiger electronic game, nigga. You pretty much had a Game Boy back then. You know what I'm saying?
Ninja Gaiden on that motherfucker.
Yes, nigga.
It transformed.
Bird versus Jordan.
It went from the low top to it came like a monster truck.
What?
Yeah.
You don't remember? No, remote control cars used to be lit, bro. I used to get a remote control car and then it'd be broken by like New Year's because I used to always try to jump it off of shit.
So I had two.
I mean, that's the point of it.
I had two. I had one from the popular brand from the 90s. I can't remember what it was called.
Always want that one that you can flip and do whatever to it.
The one that can flip on both sides?
Yeah, like where you that's the one you know, like I'm gonna take this motherfucker up there.
No track. This was so I had the one that had the tank trot tires on it.
Yeah, that's how my convertible one was.
So I had that one. It was kind of like V-shaped, but I also had the claw. Y'all remember the claw?
I remember the claw.
When the tires used to open up, and it used to be like you could climb in mountains on this shit. Dog, I used to be like, yeah.
I never had the claw, but I'm like,
did not work like it worked on TV.
I swear it had to not. Like I swear it had to.
But the one with the tires, with the
that was the one that you could flip any side, wasn't it?
No. I didn't have. This was like before that.
That was the one that had more like it more had like monster truck wheels because the car sat in the middle of the wheels, and so
This one was like if they took like a fighter jet plane body and put it on top of the track. It was made by that popular RC fucking company at that time.
I mean,
I'll look it up. But bro, that motherfucker used to do like
the company not RC.
I don't remember. It used to
was RC the company?
I thought it was Nico RC.
I think it was Nico.
No, Nico. Yeah, Nico RC.
That motherfucker used to do like 30, 35 miles an hour, bro. Like that motherfucker used to take off. I used to set up ramps and shit.
You know what? The only thing I
used to break it every year by New Year's.
The only thing I used to always hate about a remote control car is literally like sending it off.
Well, you know what? My favorite.
I used to send it off till I run till like it don't reach no more.
Yeah.
And then now you gotta walk.
Here's what the funniest thing is, and this is how simple times used to be. I used to have a remote control car. It was like, what was the Knight Rider car? What type of car was that?
The Knight Rider car was a.
I can't remember.
It wasn't an Impala. What the fuck was it? It was a.
Was it? I want to say.
I thought it was a. Damn, what the fuck?
Are you thinking like Firebird, Thunderbird?
I think it was. That's what I said. I thought it was a Firebird.
I was gonna say a Thunderbird, to be honest,
but so this is how simple times was. I had a remote control car. It was like that, and it had an orange button on it. And you hit the orange button.
Kit was a Corvette, not a Corvette.
It was a Trans Am.
Trans Am.
Okay, maybe. Well, it kind of looked like that, but you hit the orange button, and all it did was it popped up, and then it was like had extra body. And
so it became like a truck.
No, it became
that
like
was what I was just talking about. Yeah, I had one.
Yeah. I thought that was dope. I thought that was so dope.
Like that,
here we go. Like it was a Tyco RC car. That had this one right here.
Tyco.
I had this one.
Yeah, okay.
This one with that was all red and black though.
I think Tyco. I think that's like the main brand.
Yep.
Yeah, Tyco. Yeah.
I think it is.
Now that you said the name, I'm like, okay. That
I actually have a remote control car from family I met in Indiana. Like I'm talking about model, real remote control car. I ain't even took out the box. Like it was an old box. I met one of my uncles that I met since I was a kid, and he was a person that collected model planes and built planes. Like he had like Nazi jets and like where he painted the replicas.
Not remote control, but models, right?
No, they were all remote control though, but he built them. Like he built the remote control.
Oh, so he built that aspect.
Yeah, he built the model airplanes, so he was giving me, of course, the story of he was the one that goes to the shows. Like I go to the shows, and other people make the model planes, and we fly them and do things like that. And he was like, I was trying to do it with remote control cars and everything, but he gave me one that he's like, yeah, this go about 60 miles an hour. And I'm like, what? Like.
That's fast.
Bro, I met this little dude a couple years ago that will make his own his own airplanes. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like
he make his own fucking airplanes from scratch.
Dog, this is the exact one that I had.
Let me see this,
bro. It was this one right here. I'm gonna give it send it to Dig. And
that should look like that's what you get at $500, bro.
And show that extra with this orange button right here. That's all it did. And I thought it was bro.
Yeah.
Like you see, like it's the black car, but this little yellow extra. This orange button, just make it pop up and do that. I thought this was my favorite remote control car.
Because it popped
ever.
up? You had your first little hydraulics, you know what I'm saying?
It wasn't even hydraulics. It just, I don't know what
you was out here making a scene, like pulling up on shit, like, let me bust up. Boom. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Bust up on y'all niggas real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, what y'all niggas on? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit. And this was a Tyco. It was a Tyco.
Yeah. Tyco was the shit.
Brand.
I mean, we talking about gifts like
the hijacker car.
I don't like, fam. My favorite gift.
The hijacket down car.
Hijacket, nigga. That's what you definitely hijack it, nigga. Like jacking on niggas, dog.
Like what you gonna say, bro?
I would say like, I mean, as far as like gifts, like. I mean, I had my remote control cars. I actually really enjoyed, for a very small point in my life, like the racetrack things.
Oh, me too. I know.
Slot cars.
The slot cars.
That's what they call. I used to
slot
get those
cars.
So
because they got the little magnetic strip under
there.
Okay.
So I used to.
Them motherfuckers be.
I used to get.
If you got a real set, like you really take the money and like.
So my pops used to, so the two things my pops used to always get me is a remote control car and that. I used to always get a new one of those.
Oh, a new one, yeah.
Yep,
I mean, my posse used to actually like add, we had one, and we just keep adding to it.
Yeah, you just keep adding to them.
So I remember my pops got me one, the edition one that had, it was like, they try to simulate like it was water, so it was like a face that was like a mountain, but it was supposed to be like an ice mountain. So you put it in there, so when you go in it kind of goes in it and shit
like you go through it or whatever. Yeah,
man.
But like, bro, when they finally had made the ones that you can put on the wall and start doing all the wall shit, I was like, bro, this is
fun fact. This is fun fact. So Tiff, her dad, in the early 80s, had the idea of a race car track going on the wall. And he didn't pursue it. And I think like one of his buddies who he went to school with, like he was telling him the idea and everything.
Yeah.
Tell me why the person who created that is Tiff's dad's friend.
He took his idea?
Took his idea and ran with it.
He didn't get this nigga no bread?
No bread.
That's disrespectful. He's not his friend. You need to take that friend out of there. Yeah, you got to take that friend out of there.
Tiff's dad's been beefing with him ever since then, but he don't see him no more. Like, that nigga rich.
Yeah, you ain't gonna find this nigga. Like, you should have got your ass whooping in real early, nigga. That's it after that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's salty, though. Like, I would be
salty as shit.
I'd be really salty. And I mean, yeah, I'd be furious if a nigga, like, if you know this is my idea, you couldn't even cut me a little bit. Like, you couldn't cut me. You could have cut me, like, even though you're making money regardless now. Yeah. So you could have cut me an early check.
You know what? You want to know what's funny? I met another person, this chick that I know. She said when she was in college, she's an older lady, but she said when she was in college, she said her and her friend, they did a presentation. And I forgot what college she went to, but it was a college like for like creators though. They did a presentation.
There's a college for creators?
Well, it was like
probably like an art college.
Yeah, it was like an art college.
Okay.
But they had the
damn. We don't even know how to say art college no more.
They had
the creator didn't turn over art. Like,
but they had to create they had to do a presentation and create a product that is not invented. And she said her and her friend created this product. And I forgot what college she went to, but they created a product, and it was like jackets for dogs. And then she said it's funny because it was just for the course. And then she was like, then when she saw it, she was like, damn, we should have stuck with it. And then this is literally me and her in the moment. I was like, wait. So I was like, so who created it? She was like, I don't even know. We looked it up. Whoever, and I don't know if she knew the person or not, but the person went to the exact same school, around the same age as her.
Wow.
And everything. So I was like, yo, I said, this person probably stole your idea.
Yeah.
I told her, but I was like, damn, that is wild.
But I mean, if you think about that in the aspect though, like, I've never been I've been to college and everything, you know, I've been to college. I've never been in an aspect where someone has that's like the realm, like create something that no one has. Cause that's really open bar. Like if I was a teacher, it's like, nigga, like I'm gonna give you an A, but I'm about to get paid, nigga.
I mean, I don't think anybody had like any super great ideas like that, but we had a project like that where it was you have to create a project or you have to create a product and you have to do the entire marketing plan for it. Yeah. So it was like if somebody would have came up with some cold shit, I really can't remember. I used to go to that class just hungover. But it's like if somebody came with some cold shit, you had everything you needed. You had the product.
But you doing all the work for it because you made the idea and you got to market it.
And you had the marketing plan for it too. So it's like you could ask me.
Yeah. All you need is Shark Tank, nigga. Like
you want to know what another? So you know, are you guys familiar with the comedian Finesse Mitchell?
No,
I sound like that. I heard the name.
You probably seen him on BET.
I mean, I probably know his face, but I can't.
He's an older comedian, but he also was a part of the people who he's part of the creative director of Thriller. Triller.
Okay.
So if you see the credits on that fight with Roy Jones and them, like he credited for, right? So he was on Zooming with the homies one day, and he was telling some stories, and he was saying like, so he used to play football, right? And like he's like, I think he's in like his upper 50s, approaching 60s, right? So he said way back in, probably like he said like I think he was saying like late 70s, early 80s, and he said that it was him. He was like it was a couple of like just other people like on the college football team, and he was like this one dude who used to always draw, and he said that the guy told him he was like they was like, what you doing? He's like, oh, I'm drawing this first edition comic for these characters and everything like that. And they're like, well, what's the characters? He was like, oh, well, it's like 4 turtles. They do ninjas and stuff like that. And he said that whole weekend, the football team clowned his ass, just laughing like, nigga, good luck with that shit.
Look at that.
And it turned out to be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So then he was telling it again. Another story. He was like, I forgot what comedian it was, but he was like, it was whatever the comedian was. He was like, there was this dude that came to him, and it was like he was a big time comedian at the time, and the dude came to him and said, hey man, I got this business plan, I just need funding. And he was like, all right, well, what's the plan? He's like, well, I got this idea for this automatic teller machine where people can get their money out of that. And then the guy was like, nigga, no, nobody wants that. People want to go in the bank to get their money. This is dumb as shit. missed out on the opportunity to be the first.
I mean, it'd be crazy how the ideas that you come across. Yeah.
And I'm just like, when they were telling all these stories of missed movies, I'm just like, dog, that got to be crazy. Just that you had it there, because I forgot who it was. Somebody was telling something like they had the script for Schindler's List, and they read it and it was like, man, this bullshit. I ain't about to be right. I'm gonna do this, and it ended up being that. I'm like, that got to be crazy as hell just to know. Like, I had this, and then you see it.
You hold it in your hand, and you just like, whatever.
Yeah. And nigga just Christmas gifts. We got far.
I know.
Like, favorite Christmas gifts.
I remember opening up all the Voltrons one day.
You know what's so crazy? I don't have favorite Christmas gifts because I usually would get.
Well, I think we talked about this last Christmas too, so that's why I had different topics.
But it's like,
go ahead. You can finish yours.
Yeah, finish yours. Sorry about that.
Please.
I mean, I had started and Lib jumped in.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did we train it on?
I thought that was just trying to get us to go
back on track. Thought you were doing that again. Thought you were doing that. You know what I'm saying?
And everybody just jumped in.
Okay. You gotta be more proactive with your statements.
I mean, I
move your feet, lose your seat.
All right.
Like, but as I was saying, you said.
No.
But no, I was like, I've never, like, it's really hard for me. I'm trying to think, like, I really trying to get mine out because I'm gonna let y'all talk because I'm trying to really think about it because I don't really have a Christmas gift because I usually, with my birthday being in October, even me and my brother, we used to September in October. My mother used to just buy us, like, because you got to think, even for gaming, the consoles came out during that time. Yeah. So Christmas would just be the games.
Yeah, and I think that's what we talked about last Christmas.
We definitely talked about this last
Christmas. So I was going to pivot the question, and I was going to say, the Christmas gift that you wanted that you never got, because I know mine's vividly.
The Christmas gift I wanted that I never got.
What's yours? Well, tell yours. You know yours vividly, so tell yours.
I never got a Power Wheel, and I used to want a Power Wheel so fucking bad. What are you watching? Porn? Pornhub?
I definitely thought that shit was gonna kick in.
That's what it
you saw that meme with that video? I thought that shit do. Like,
that's what it sounded like. That was somebody's garbage beat that started playing on my Instagram for no reason. I didn't even click on it.
But I used to want a Power Wheel so fucking bad, and my parents would never get me a damn Power Wheel.
Bro, I had a motorcycle Power Wheel.
Did you?
My dad was the coldest. I don't know how he would get me these things because this motherfucker was a goddamn alcoholic, and I don't ever remember him having like an extremely stable job. But I ended up with a motorcycle Power Wheel. I used to ride down the street with. Man, it had 3 wheels.
Yeah.
It had 3 wheels. Obviously, it was a Power Wheel. I had the rechargeable battery. I charged that motherfucker up, drag that bitch up from the basement, go outside, go 8 miles an hour.
Oh, man. I wanted a Power Wheel so fucking bad, man.
Was I privileged? Like, I actually didn't have a Power Wheel, but I don't know if I wanted a Power Wheel.
I think I had one. Did they just?
I do believe you. They did get you one.
They gave you one?
I feel like I did because I really the one gift that I could say I really wanted that I never got, and it was a logical reason. I wanted rollerblades, and my parents were like, "You don't know how to skate." And that's a smart idea.
Whatever enticed you to want rollerblades.
Probably because I had rollerblades.
It had to be, and it was a smart idea because to this day I don't know how to skate. I would have busted my shit continuously.
Like, I would have to think back so far because once you got me in the video games, I just wanted more games.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
see, the thing, I've always gotten every game I wanted, but like, there's been other stuff like. Because like to kind of
like my mother was strict. Like my mother was like I didn't get like I grew up not getting nothing to my birthday and Christmas. Nigga.
Yeah,
like
that was the same for me.
So you had to like and that's why I said like,
funny?
When you think about and that's why I was like it's really crazy that we do live in an age now where it's like all of the media and like how they sell shit online. You used to actually have to remember that as a kid to be like I got my list, but now like we just buy it.
Now my kid just bookmarks some shit.
Yeah, I want that shit and we want.
But you know what's funny? So me and Didge's parents was strict. Outside of Christmas, they get festive as hell. They go all out.
Christmas and birthdays,
they go all out.
But then even outside of it, it wasn't. I can't. I would say yes, they were strict, but it was always you finna work for this. So it was if it was something.
Y'all work for y'all Christmas presents?
No. Outside Christmas, because Christmas they get festive.
Yeah, like something I didn't get for Christmas. My dad was like, all right, well, hey. I got this I need done.
My dad was all about.
Hey,
you want to get out there in that lawn, do something. Like my dad was like, "You want to wash these walls? Want to paint this room?" Like my dad was all about that.
Shit.
There was gifts that I didn't get, but I worked my ass off for it the next couple of weeks and months. So like, all right, I got it later.
Birthday and Christmas for me, and I always got shafted because my birthday is December 10th and Christmas is 18 days later. Yeah. So motherfuckers used to come to my birthday and be like, here's your birthday present and your Christmas present.
Oh, my dad.
So the only people that used to really get me anything for Christmas would be like, like my mom, my dad. Like
my son's birthday is on the 6th, so here's what we do. And that's what I told him. I said, on your birthday, you get shoes and clothes. On your Christmas, you get other stuff. So that's how we kind of keep it that way.
My dad, his birthday the day after Christmas. And I think growing up, he was the same. He would always get the, happy birthday, Merry Christmas. And I remember
that shit weak, bro.
Yeah. I remember the
so now he keeps a gift, and he always opens on his birthday.
And I remember the Christmas, one of the Christmas, he was like, look, and I'm pretty sure he was joking, but he said it in front of everybody, he's like, look, I'm tired of Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday, Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday. My birthday ain't December 25th, it's December 26th, so give me something.
You know what's so funny? Rocky tried to do the birthday Christmas thing, and I looked at her, I'm like, this ain't cool. Like, I got out of this. Like, you can't do this to me again.
I'm
like,
grown now.
Like, birthday and Christmas.
Right.
Like what? She didn't understand, but
it's really funny that we live in a world where people really do like. Nigga, your birthday is part of this national holiday too. Like, nigga, I wasn't born on that day.
However, on the other side, it's logical. That's a logical thought process.
I feel like that's logical.
But I mean, my thing, if it's logical
in our culture,
we can't.
Because motherfuckers is broke.
Because my birthday in August, so I can't
spending back to back. You know what I mean?
Niggas like, nigga, I gotta get this motherfucker two gifts. Like, nigga, you got your birthday at the top of my rent month, and I gotta pay you. I gotta get Christmas shit at the end of the rent month.
Like you getting one for both.
No, I got rent January 1st. Nigga, you talking about?
I already went overboard for the Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
Like, shit.
I like having the middle of the year birthday because it's like, by the time that come around, you forgot if you got me something big for Christmas. At least my parents used to always. And then it's like, by the time Christmas come around, they done forgot what they got me big for my birthday, so I can go ahead and try to splurge for something again for Christmas.
All right, so on the other retrospect, what's the one gift that you got that was just trash?
Oh, dog, I got the best motherfucking story. Oh, dog.
He was ready for this. Like,
dog. Because this shit still haunts me to this day. All right? So, I've never fully watched E.T.
Okay.
E.T. as a child, E.T. absolutely traumatized me.
E.T.?
Yes, that motherfucker is ugly as a bitch.
You're not wrong.
I was absolutely
I mean, Steven Spielberg, I thought Jim Henson did a good job on him, though. You know what I'm saying? Jim Henson Studios did.
I'm
not saying it was a bad design.
I was absolutely he ugly as a bitch.
No. I'm talking about like it wasn't a bad design. Like it was like, oh, that's fucked. Like it was cheap. He was ugly as a bitch.
Ugly.
And that's what I mean.
You ain't like his neck? What you ain't like?
So
you ain't like that he had no legs?
Everything.
I've been trying to figure it out. Like, and I don't like him.
That finger thing?
No, he ain't got he had feet, nigga.
That finger thing? That's the creepiest fingers ever.
No. But I mean, remember this nigga used to do long neck?
The neck. The neck. Everything. Absolutely.
This nigga was all ribs.
So this gift
he was all ribs. Like
this wasn't. This was.
He had no legs.
Oh my god!
He had no legs.
Let me tell the story though.
I'm sorry, but before you get to your story,
I do not want to look at this motherfucker, bro.
E.T. was a nigga that you really, if you saw this nigga anywhere, dog, you are you getting lit toe. You out of here, like. No leg, any nigga with no legs, I'm off your.
I wasn't going until I saw it. I didn't believe you.
So the gift. So the gift. All right. It wasn't a Christmas gift. It was a birthday gift. But since motherfuckers always combine my shit, we're gonna call it a Christmas birthday gift, right? I remember this day so vividly. I'm opening up presents and shit. And my aunt, she brought me this present, big ass box. I'm like, this is fire. All right, yes, this is the biggest one. I open this motherfucker. She gets me a 2.5 foot goddamn ET.
Really? With no feet? Nigga, you got 2.5. Do you know what 2.5 feet look like with no feet? Nigga, like no legs.
Wait.
But I see
the cardboard cutouts are 3 feet. So
no legs. bitch.
Dog, listen. So when I see this motherfucker, as soon as I open it, dog, I throw that bitch and I run screaming, dying for my life. I will never forget it. So then they was like, all right, you know what I'm saying?
That's a horrible gift.
So my mom was like, all right, you know, this was a horrible month. Cause it get better. It get better. So my mom was like, she told my aunt, she's like, all right. So my mom took it, she put it somewhere. I don't know what she did with it. So anyway, the little church down the street was giving out gifts to the kids, right? We go pick up gifts, me and my sisters. We go open them up. I got like some G.I. Joes and shit. She had like a long rectangular box. She opened that bitch up. I don't see what she has. Man, she ended up getting gift like 6 different ET families. She started chasing me through the whole house with those motherfuckers, torturing me.
Like they knew you were scared of it now.
For a whole week. So when she so for a week, I was getting tortured with that. I'm already traumatized because of this big ass doll. I don't know where it is. So then me and her, we like, you always want to look at the gifts to try to find them, see what you got. So I go in my mom's room with my sister, and I'm like, yeah, they're probably in the closet. Man, I open the closet, I start rustling against things. All of a sudden, bro, that motherfucking ET falls from the top of the goddamn closet on me, bro. I'm on the floor, paralyzed, screaming.
Like it touched you and you just dropped?
This. I'm like this, like, yeah, I'm gonna find the Game Boy. Plop! Like, I'm screaming. I can't stop screaming. Like
E.T. did that for you though?
Dog, E.T.
So you say you never finished it. Where did you end? How far did you get? Like, what's your farthest you made through E.T.?
As soon as I seen that motherfucker, I stopped watching it. I would never I've never watched the movie, and I will not watch it.
Because you don't like how he looked?
And I cannot look at him, bro.
He looks like shit,
the way
though.
he looked.
He looks like shit, though.
I
would love to know. I don't know if it was Steven Spielberg's.
That was his movie.
No, but I don't know if it was Jim Henson made the. But I don't know if it was Steven Spielberg's idea. Like, if that's how he, like, the design, I would definitely want to know where his, like...
Where was the inspiration?
Inspiration? Because the nigga got no feet, no legs. He all ribs.
Bro, he traumatized.
Long neck.
He traumatized my childhood.
No nose. Big eyes. Like, fam.
You ever see the movie Fire in the Sky?
Oh, I feel like I did see this.
The alien abduction movie?
Okay, yeah, I have.
And those aliens... Them motherfuckers look like E.T. parents. That movie, that's one of my favorite movies, and it took me forever to be able to watch that movie. But they remind me of E.T. parents.
We need to sit you down at Intervention and watch E.T.
I will not watch E.T.
Why?
Because
you watched his parents?
Bro, I can't. There's something about it.
It was he traumatized.
Being gifted it, being chased with them and tortured. Like, dog, I remember, like, almost like a year later, I'm going through the toy box and I see the motherfuckers on the bottom of the toy. My mother was supposed to have got rid of them. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like at the sight of them, like, I just clammed up. Like, when that E.T. doll fell on me, I was on the floor screaming, bro. You could have said an anvil was on my chest. I could not get up.
I would pay a piece of my soul to see that.
Dude,
to see that fall down, and you know how you watch any kind of YouTube video of a child being really, they jump and get to I can feel Liv literally jumping and being like,
I'm on the floor like this. Like, my mom walked in and she just looking, she kind of laughed and shit.
I would have laughed at you too.
And then she was like,
boys in the box, God damn it, like
in Spanish, she was like, you shouldn't have been looking for shit. And then when she finally took it off,
it fell on you.
It fell on me, bro. Like, when he fell, like, I swear to God, it was alive because it fell.
Oh my God.
I remember it fell. And
I'm trying not to laugh at this trauma.
I remember looking up and the ET's falling like this, and the head fall right here, the body fall right here, and I'm on the floor like
this nigga hugs you. Like, you got
come here. Like, he hugging me, and I'm like
how did it dropped it perfect using to grab your body and lay down?
Yes, and I swore after that happened.
Your mama, I'm gonna tell you right now, your mama bogus for not having a picture of this.
Bro, at that point, you couldn't tell me.
I'm gonna tell you that right now.
At that point, you couldn't tell me that E.T. wasn't alive. I couldn't even go to sleep. Like, I ask her every day if that motherfucker is gone, and she lied to me. I always think she was lying.
She knew it fucked with you now.
Because I was like, you were supposed to get rid of it when I got it. You saw how I threw that motherfucker. Like, I lunged it. Like, and you kept it in the...
And took it out of the box, though? That is like really like...
It was out of the box. For some reason, it was out of the fucking box.
Fam.
It sounds like she played that.
Top dog. Piece of my soul.
What about
piece of my soul for it, fam. I was. Something I didn't want.
Oh, that was terrible.
Clothes.
I don't think anybody would ever wanted clothes.
Clothes. Like I didn't because clothes
after a certain age,
I'm like, hell yeah, give me that Nike.
Because early because like I said, my parents gave me everything. Like they gave me, like I said, with our birthday and everything. So it's like you get the console, you get the games afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So when we did go to like my grandma's house and things like that, it was either a card with some money or a random fucking sweater or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like some random shit where it's like, I don't know if you like it.
Did we tell the Aunt Michelle story on here?
No, that was gonna be the one between the 1 and 2, but I already know the one I'm gonna tell. So if you want to tell that story,
yeah. So I'm like, yeah, this was like, but as far as like, it really was just cold. Like my mother never. I think what I will say, the Christmas that I hated was the Christmas that I think we still had Nintendo, cause didn't the Home Alone games come out on Nintendo?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I still had Nintendo. And
those games are underrated. Those games are still fun.
Which ones?
I downloaded an emulator, Home Alone and Home Alone 2. I downloaded an emulator and played it. Those games still fun, bro.
Well, I can't remember all the games, but I do remember like a Christmas. I know I had Nintendo, but I remember because like I said, we got the console whatever first. So my mother just kind of bought me like a shitload of games for the next Christmas. And I remember going through a bunch of my games. I feel like it might have been a Home Alone game that I was like, I don't care for this.
But I mean, until you played it, it's probably I can understand opening at Home Alone.
But see, I also like if it's the same year
because I remember getting Home Alone 2 for Game Gear and I was excited.
Because I mean, if this is the same year that I can remember everything I got though, it was like at least a 5 or 6 game bundle. Like because it was nothing else to get, so like, I'm just gonna get you some games. So it's like, which is really crazy because you think about it, one Nintendo games like $50, $30.
They were $49.99.
I looked at an old ad. Yes, they were.
Games so like
games haven't went up that much when you look at it.
They only went up like $10.
Yeah,
they were $49.99.
So like I remember getting that because like my like I said, they bought the Nintendo the time before, but I remember getting if this is the right year, I had got a game called Kabuki Quantum Fighter.
Think about it.
Kabuki Quantum Fighter, Carnove, Home Alone. I don't remember if it was 1 or 2.
Like I'm looking like Nintendo shit.
And like it was like 2 other games, and I'm like, I remember like that's what I knew that I liked it. Regular. I feel like I liked it because like Home Alone was a movie licensed game.
Yeah.
I think that's why I didn't like it. Like every game I played.
The Lion King game was super fun.
The Lion King game.
You don't remember the Lion King?
I remember that game.
Well, no, the Sega Disney games. But Home Alone for Nintendo was a different kind of break.
Lion King.
I'm just going to use that movie license game.
Yeah, Lion King is one of those games.
But I mean, have you played the Ghostbuster game for Nintendo? That was Trizash.
That was.
The Ghostbuster game for Nintendo was, and I think they had it in arcades too. Like that shit was bonkers trash. Like, but which is crazy because I think a lot of like the new Ghostbuster games actually mimicked off of the original one. You know what I'm saying? Like, but. Yeah, I think it had to be like Home Alone. Because if it makes sense, I think it was the same year. It had to be Home Alone 2. I think it was the same year I got the Talk Boy. That I got like some games and the Talk Boy, and I got the Home Alone game. And I was like, this fucking game is trash.
Like, it's crazy game.
But
those games cost us money.
If anybody's on the podcast or listening, like I said, Carnove was a Nintendo game, and Kabuki Quantum Fighter was 2 Nintendo games that are underrated games. But they were probably the top games I've ever played in my life on Nintendo, other than like Kid Icarus is one of my favorite ones too. But
Kid Icarus was dope.
But I'm like, Kabuki Carno was like some random Arabian dude.
Yeah.
Blue Fires.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. But them games I played like forever, dog. And I was like, that's what I said, like, and that's why like maybe I feel like movie license game at my time was like, nah, it's not for me. Like,
wait. Like, you didn't like the Terminator movie license game? Terminator 2?
On
Sega Genesis. Because it starts off where you on the back of the truck and then the T-1000 is running at you and you got to shoot at it.
Oh, no.
That game was lit.
It sounded like he was flying with by the time it got to like
like when we got to 32-bit and shit like that, like
okay,
Nintendo,
so
Nintendo shit, yeah.
I'm trying to think who had what was the Jurassic Park on Nintendo or no?
No, that was Sega. Because I played the original Jurassic Park. I played that. The one you can be the dinosaur to do. I enjoyed that. That was Sega.
You might be right.
I can't think of.
There was like Home Alone was probably like the biggest licensed movie game on Nintendo.
Here's the thing. I played it on the Game Gear. I played both Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2. I wonder is it better on handheld than it is the actual game?
It could have been that damn. Because I never played it. Like I didn't have a Game Gear. So like it was like the Nintendo versions, and it might have just been the button because you got to think the Game Gear even had like I think more buttons or whatever. It was like it was just something about the. I think I was just like I like you know the movie, so like how they put it together.
Didn't they have an alien? I think that was 32-bit as well. The Aliens game was 32-bit.
The Aliens there was no Aliens on Nintendo, not that I know of.
And Moonwalker was on 32-bit.
Yeah.
You might be right. Yeah,
like it wasn't like that's like the only licensed game that I can remember that's been on Nintendo is Freddy, Jason, Ghostbusters, Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles wasn't even a movie license; it was just Ninja Turtles because it wasn't based on the movie. So that don't even count. So it's like Freddy, Jason, Home Alone. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Did Double Dragon the movie come first or the game?
Nope, Double Dragon movie was after that. That was Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Matter of fact, it might have been because it might have been Double Dragon 3.
But
Double Dragon's already out. They were already out. Matter of fact, it was Super Double Dragon, which would have been Super Nintendo.
Yep.
Because you know what I'm saying. So I think it came out around that time. But
I did not know that.
Movie license.
Yeah, right, bro.
It wasn't that many.
I've been trying to think.
Like there isn't that many. There were probably a couple other licensed game on there, but from the ones that I remember playing.
Because Tron was the game first. It wasn't a movie first, right?
Tron was the game.
Tron was the game first.
Movie licensed games. You also
on Nintendo. We're talking about this like on Nintendo.
Yeah, only on Nintendo. Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid was one.
I think that was Super Nintendo.
No, that was Nintendo.
I mean, if it was on Nintendo, I feel like it was on Super Nintendo too.
Okay.
Like I feel like it was like the.
That could also be right.
Oh yeah, it was on Nintendo.
Because my sister had that game because she used to shoot out little bubbles and capture things. They had Back to the Future, Dick Tracy. Y'all remember Roger Rabbit? Remember Roger Rabbit?
I was saying Roger Rabbit. Like Roger Rabbit was one of
that one was hard.
So we had the computer game version. We didn't have
that one was hard.
That game was hard as
shit.
To have
plenty computer games.
Rocket Man. They had the Rocket Man game. Remember Rocket Man?
Was it Rocket Man? Rocketeer.
Yeah.
Tailspin. Well, no, Tailspin was a cartoon.
Tailspin was a cartoon.
But like I said, we're talking about movie. Yeah, the movie license things.
Movie license games.
Hook. Oh, that's Super Nintendo Hook.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like
Karate Kid. How can you forget Karate Kid? That was an NES game.
I don't. But we were talking about. I did play Karate Kid. I did have Karate. Matter of fact, I did have Karate Kid.
Every kid had Karate Kid because you had that one mission where you had to chop where you had to jump the guillotine. Remember when it would be swinging?
That shit was the hardest.
Dog, it was the hardest.
Like I remember being knocked into the hole so many times.
So
for
it
that
wasn't
shit.
all movie license games. You just didn't like.
Yeah, I didn't like Home Alone.
Okay.
But I didn't like. I mean, I feel like all the movie license games were like cheap in a way.
Batman Returns, or was it Batman Forever? The gold logo was a Nintendo game.
Well, yeah, the original Batman was.
Was it based off the movie? Because they just called it Batman the video game.
Well, that gold logo only comes from that movie.
True. Batman the video game, but it was just called Batman the video game. Let me see. Yep, you're right. It is based off the 1998.
Thought they had Total Recall as a game.
Yeah, I remember Total Recall.
It's loosely based, so it didn't really follow the actual storyline.
During that time, they was doing any type of movie.
Yeah.
Had a game.
Well, that was sort of like the trifecta. That was part of the marketing.
You had the movie, you had the music video,
on the real.
You had the video game.
Remember we was talking about it with Seal with Batman in the background.
The Kids from a Rose. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Lethal Weapon game on Nintendo was good. The Lethal Weapon.
I remember that.
Blues Brothers, I think, had a game too for Nintendo.
Blues Brothers did have a game. Blues Brothers had a game.
Gremlins had a game.
I don't remember Gremlins.
Gremlins had a game.
I think both of them did though. 1 and 2.
1 and 2, both for Nintendo. Where you part 2, you got to be Mowgli with the
slingshot.
With the slingshot.
Because matter of fact, I remember 2 because you were in the mall and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Oh no, Alien. See, yeah, you said you didn't like the Alien Nintendo game.
No,
I said I thought it wasn't Alien.
Oh, you're right. It wasn't. This is Sega. Sorry about that. So
Predator had a game.
So, but all right.
Not surprised.
So
Platoon had a game.
Much love to my Aunt Michelle. I freaking love my Aunt Michelle. She's the fun aunt. She's the aunt that like kick it with you. She'll have a drink with you. Fun aunt. So there was a year where she decided that she is no longer going to celebrate Christmas. She's going to celebrate Kwanzaa.
Ooh, let me tell you about that. Go ahead.
The first year she did this, she went to 7 Mile Fair. She bought like a 32-pack of socks, and then she gave every kid a pair of socks.
For Kwanzaa?
No, for Christmas. That was the Christmas. So
she didn't celebrate Christmas.
She didn't celebrate Christmas.
So she's not getting you
an actual Christmas gift.
You gotta get something that you can use.
So she bought a 32-pack of socks, and then she separated them and gave every kid a pair of socks.
Pissed. Super pissed.
The next year is where we all got fed up. She went to 7 Mile Fair, and she bought pretty much dad hats that just had the letter.
No, they weren't even dad hats. They was like beanies.
Oh, yeah, no, they was beanies.
They had the beanies with the little...
it was beanies.
With the little puff on the top.
With the puff on the top, and it had the letter. So every kid had their letter. So you would get...
Y'all in the middle of y'all conversation.
You act like I'm talking to Liv or some shit.
So you would get an A. You would get a beanie with an A on it. Ron, you would get a beanie with an R on it. Demetrius would get a beanie with a D on it. I would get a beanie with an R on it.
What are you talking about?
My Aunt Michelle.
No, he was in the middle.
Oh, you talking about the presents? You talking?
Oh, you wasn't paying attention. You missed the whole story.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all missed the whole story.
I just know I'm getting a beanie from y'all.
With a letter on it.
That was a whole story.
It was a whole deal.
Oh, I'm sorry.
R for Rondolph.
Rondolph.
So when we was outside, man, I gotta throw this in there. When we was outside, we just ran into a random patron of the building, and he looked at me. He was like, "Oh, you Santa?" And then he asked Ron if he was.
I feel like it was slightly racist.
An elf,
but I'm not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it.
He asked if he was an elf, and he was like, "No, I'm a reindeer."
I was just a nigga out there next to Liv.
So we was.
And he was like, "Are you an elf?" And I'm like, "No, actually, I'm probably gonna be a reindeer when I go upstairs." He's like, "Well, you look like an elf," and I'm like, "Okay, whatever." You know what I'm saying?
But we came up with the name Rondolph, which is a playoff of Rudolph.
Right? Yeah. When I told him I was gonna be a reindeer, I got animals upstairs.
But Rondolf will serve you that sack, bro.
Yeah, Rondolph. Like, it's Dolph, nigga. It's Dolph.
Like such a hood name.
I think he tried to call me Ron Deer at first, like the reindeer, like Ron Deer.
Yeah.
I was like, dog, Rondolph. Like Rondolph. You know what I'm saying?
Like, hey, where you get that from? Shit, I got the shit up from Rondolph on 14, bro.
You want to retell it? I mean,
nah, the moment is past. You might as well tell yours.
So mine, so a tradition that we did growing up. On Christmas Eve, you were always able to open up the one gift. Like, I'm sure, I know a lot of families do that. You can open up the one gift. And I was probably like 7 or 8 at the time. And I remember there was this one gift. I used to always go shake the gifts. You know, you see the one. And I remember shaking this one gift. It was when I wanted to get my Game Boy Color. And I remember shaking it. It felt kind of heavy. It was rectangular. I'm shaking it. It feel like this the Game Boy Color. I'm opening this up on Christmas Eve, and so we come down. We open our gifts on Christmas Eve, and when I open it up, it's some damn slippers.
Super Nintendo was $129.
So I got you some slippers.
So it was my parents. So I opened it up on Christmas Eve, and I wanted to ask him because you still got to play humble and like happy, but I wanted to ask him why are these damn slippers so heavy. Cause it's like this felt like it was supposed to be like a Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
So I'm so upset. I forgot what Rudy opened, but it was something he could actually have fun with. So you
get to play. So you saw that first, like you looked over, like okay.
I was going up to, I'm shaking it for like days leading up to it, cause I picked out what I wanted to open, and we got an hour to play with whatever toy we got before you had to go to sleep, and so I remember Rudy having all his fun with whatever he got. And I'm just here like, damn, why I got slippers? Am I supposed to walk around with them? Like, I come out of the slippers or whatever. And I just remember being so upset. That was like, that's the worst gift I ever got. To be fair, the next day, I did get the Game Boy Color. It was just the wrong present.
He just chose the bad gift.
I just chose bad. Like,
because every year, my parents would do that. They would get us a robe. They would get us a new robe. They would get us slippers. Like, it was like the thing that
they would give you still stuff that you needed.
Yeah.
So...
All right, well, let's get into recommendations because it seems like everybody's checked out here. So let's go ahead and get into recommendations.
Where we at? I'm waiting. Like we was done with Christmas. I'm like, if you got more Christmas shit, they're like, we done with. I'm like, we done with.
Y'all checked out during us telling our stories.
We interacted with y'all stories and we got zero interaction with ours.
I'm sorry, my job is on the line right now. Like, so I'm looking at my texts like, bro, why are you bothering me this late? You know what I'm saying? Like, so like, I'm like, y'all looking at me. I'm like, I'm on some other shit, right?
That's why he said.
What Liv was
y'all
on,
both look like
I thought this was like I thought this was like, am I talking to Lil? Like, no, bro.
Well, it looked like you would.
No,
like y'all both at the same time. It's like,
right, because I was like, I happened to glance. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
so
bro,
all
like.
right, let's like you said, let's just go to recommendations because this episode is running its course.
By the way, I just want to say for the record, eggnog is disgusting, and I'll never drink it.
It's plain.
right.
It don't matter with liquor.
eggnog,
Like
ass
it's
nigga
just
that.
gonna increase it. I don't like it.
It's gonna thin it out.
It ain't about the thickness, bro. Pause. It ain't about the texture of the drink. Like, I'm fine with that.
But I mean, the liquor gonna still add even another flavor to it. Like,
weird.
You're not going to be able to. Here's what I realized: either you like eggnog or you don't.
yeah, you really don't. Yeah, it's really.
Yeah, I can't.
Like eggnog.
Maybe this was just a bad bet. I do see it says Kemp's. You know what I'm saying?
Kemp's is
Look,
one of
is
the
that
best.
disrespectful?
Right.
I mean,
Kemp's
Kemp's
is the best.
known for
Kemp's
chocolate milk.
Like, you don't drink milk, nigga? Like, you know what I'm
They
saying?
known for chocolate milk and regular milk.
Kemp's
Not,
is
you know
one
what I'm
of the
saying?
best
Like,
brands.
Dairy beverages.
maybe
It's
I
a dairy
might
beverage.
need to get like homemade eggnog.
Homemade eggnog is fire though. I'm not gonna. I won't hold him on that.
Some Kemp's
That's the first cup of Kemp's.
eggnog.
But you've had eggnog.
No.
So then it.
Nigga, that
I just told y'all I never had eggnog.
But that's
why I
what he
wanted to
asked
try
you,
it.
and you said no. He asked you
Like,
directly.
ask you directly, was this your first cup of eggnog ever?
But
You like
no,
Kemp's.
I purposely said Kemp's because I want. It's not a homemade eggnog,
Either or,
so I don't know if there's a
What is
difference.
yeah, I was just asking in general, like, eggnog in general.
Like you go buy coquito at the store, it ain't gonna taste like how we make it. Like it's gonna taste
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, oh, so you saying like you don't like it probably because it's like an actual brand name eggnog. Like, it's not
probably
homemade.
some
But
processed
it's still
shit.
your first. You never.
So I mean, but are you?
never
Do you
even
not
had
like
homemade
it?
eggnog.
Like, what do you
No.
don't like about it? Like, what do you think that Kemp's is doing
It tastes
to it? that you-
weird, bro.
No, he's actually. What do you think is going to be different from Kemp's and a homemade?
Like
It's made with love.
that's for
Nigga
one.
put an elbow in it. Little elbow in it.
When you have a smaller batch of ingredients and you make it by hand versus running it through
Oh, no,
big
I agree.
machinery, for all we know, this eggnog could have been sitting at Kemp's for like a week before it got shipped out to wherever it
Being
got shipped out.
disrespectful.
Eggnog
To
is
Kemp's.
fire pretty quick.
Yeah, eggnog's fire.
So I think you would think so, but I don't
I
know
won't
with the
hold you.
age of preservatives and stuff.
I
Even
won't
this-
hold you. What Lip like? Even though Lip has not tried it, homemade eggnog for me is better than Kemp's eggnog.
I mean,
eggnog is eggnog.
Yeah.
I mean, is that eggnog in that liquor bottle?
Yeah,
I'll try.
But
a
that's
little
liquor.
bit of that
That's
to
liquor
see.
and
but
eggnog.
that has liquor in it already.
But it came like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try some of that.
However-
and I'll see if there's a difference.
However,
I mean, yeah, 'cause it's a
against
different
Lip,
eggnog in
Kemp's
general.
is fire. Kemp's is my favorite brand.
Yeah, I enjoy Kemp's eggnog. I actually don't really, to be honest, I actually don't enjoy the plastic though. I actually enjoy the little carton.
Yeah, the little one.
Yeah, the carton eggnog. Like,
That wasn't the one that was on sale, quote
whatever.
unquote.
Whatever.
So
I'm
All right,
just
let's
saying.
get a
That's why these
recommendations.
were on sale. That's why Liv don't like it. Because it's not the carton. You see? Like,
All right. Well, I'll go first. I was late on this game and I was selling Dig and I was like, damn, I should have been played it. But Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, that game is fire as shit. Like if you
I concur.
even if you're outside of a Star Wars fan, if you
Is
like
that the one that was on Wii too?
I don't know. I have no clue.
I know it just came out free. It just came out free on us for Xbox too.
But so I finally played it.
it might have been.
What's the Jedi name? I'm jumping. But what? Dang, what was the actor name? We just talked about him. Dang it. But either
Cameron,
way,
isn't it?
Cameron Montague. He's the guy
Moynihan?
he's the guy that plays Joker in Gotham. He also plays in Modern Family?
No.
Joker and God. Oh, he plays Shameless.
Shameless. Yeah, Shameless. So he plays this Jedi. Dig's about to look up the Jedi's name. But bro, this game, like if you like Batman, if you like the Arkham series, if you like the Spider-Man series, if you like fucking God of War, like any of those open world fighting games, but you want to do it as a Jedi in Star Wars universe, this is that game for it.
Cal Kestis.
Cal Kestis, right? But this is, and it's fucking spoiler. At some point, like he's a Jedi. Now, like in this world of Jedis, you got like the Jedis, you got, Luke, you got Anakin, some shit like that. So I'm like, all right, I established I'm a Jedi in this world. I'm not the Jedi. But at some fucking point, Darth Vader pops up. And I'm just like he popped up and dropped down and talk about, and the character design of this Darth Vader, imagine Kevin Nash in a Darth Vader suit. Because that's how buff this nigga was. And I'm like,
Well, that's probably how he was supposed to. That's probably how they imagine that in world.
And so in the game, like I vocally was like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? I'm like, I know that.
You're supposed to escape.
Well, yeah, I did. But when he dropped down, I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to beat Darth Vader.
I'm glad you didn't take the route. But by that point in the game, I was feeling myself. By the time we got to that point in the game, I was like, well, I can take on whoever. So when Darth Vader dropped off, I was like, I'm about to whoop his ass. But I died like 6 times before
Darth Vader,
I just got to run.
His introduction is so beastie. Like, you struggle fighting this one person, and then as soon as you want first, the way you hear his voice, like, I mean, you hear him breathing, and then the main boss that you've been like chasing and struggling with, she looks spooked, and I'm like, wait, is that Darth Vader? And then you see him, like, you see him behind her. He come out with this ship with smoke and drop down, and then immediately
yeah, I was feeling myself too much at that
like,
point.
I was like, fam, I'm like, there's no way. So even when you running away from him, he fucking up the world. Like, he using the Force, tearing up the world and shit like that. I'm just like, bro, I'm like, this, like, how do you escape from this? Like, you legit, the only reason why you escape is you got to do something that inconvenience him. The inconveniencer pops up, Bacardi. You got to inconvenience Darth Vader.
That nigga said you got to inconvenience this nigga. Like.
That's the only way you get away, because other than that, he was on your heels in the game. But, like, the game is dope. Like I said,
yeah, I gotta play. Like, it became free on Xbox too. Like, I downloaded it, but I haven't like played it yet.
It's worth it. It's so much fun.
Because I enjoyed all the other Star Wars games.
Because like, what I like about it is you gradually start getting your Force powers. So, like, you start off with some Force powers that you use, but you gradually start learning the different ways to use the Force, like how to pull, how to push, how to use it to walk, run up walls. Like, you have to learn that stuff. So it's like, it's not like you're not OP, but you do have that learning curve and everything like that.
Which is why at the end of the game you start feeling yourself, because you didn't unlock all of them. You unlocked all your memories. So you're like, nigga, I can do whatever. No, see,
here's the thing. See, the reason why I didn't have that, because I'm like, all right, I'm probably like mid-tier Jedi, even with all these powers. So I'm like, all right, I'm good.
That I'm mid-tier.
I'm mid-tier Jedi. So when Darth Vader came up, I'm like, what? Like, bro, like, how you gonna throw me?
At some point,
you know what?
Kicking asses though.
No, here's the thing. It goes back to our henchmen. It's like, if you the top henchman, whooping ass, you the top putty. You done fought Billy and beat Billy ass and shit like that. And the next thing you know, it's the Green Ranger. You like, nigga, what? Like,
see,
like, wait, hold up.
I've been in that place.
Like, hold up, nigga.
Let's go.
Nigga said, no.
So yeah, that's my recommendation, man. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, man.
Man, I'm trying to think. I don't have any. I haven't watched a goddamn thing. Nothing. I haven't played anything.
I know you still haven't played Last of Us 2.
I know. I have no. I have no recommendations this week. Like,
recommend a comic book.
Shit, I haven't even went to. I didn't even go to comic book day.
Nothing recent. Just recommend something.
I mean,
something that.
Don't recommend New Mutants. We already been there.
What?
Don't recommend New Mutants because we already been there. I think you read. Did he recommend New Mutants?
He.
Ron agreed too. He said it was decent.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. No, yeah, I enjoyed it.
It's just decent. It's
I
not
was
like
the
no
one that said I'm gonna wait
blockbuster.
till it's free.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. It was decent.
I'm gonna wait till it's free.
I mean, you can watch it in the studio. It's on the whatchamacallit.
Yeah. I should.
Like, that's what I'm saying. You can watch it anytime. Like, I already watched it.
I'll have to check it out.
I mean, his Dark Materials. I thought
we did. I thought we recommended
again.
that last time. But
we're supposed to talk about that.
Hey, the guy recommend Dokken like 5 times.
You definitely do.
Doro. What was that anime? Doro.
Dorohoro. We're gonna say Dorohoro. Dorohoro.
Dog, that lizard head is so goddamn funny to me, bro. He just got a head that's a lizard and a human body.
Yeah. Then they trying to figure out who he is.
Like, what did the man in my mouth say? Like, that shit is so funny. Like
I can't wait till they figure out who that person is, though. Like, I actually like.
They did figure it out at the end.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm saying, like, but like, actually, like, because I think it's supposed to be another season.
Supposedly, dog, there's so much that happens in that show that I have to watch it again because I get lost sometimes. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, how does he not know the motherfucker in his mouth is that dead motherfucker, and is that motherfucker really dead?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
Like even the fact that he got turned into that. Like, dude came and did all this shit. Was like they never really gave a full like.
That's what he was trying to figure out, the wizard. It was supposed to be that skull thing that ended up being a girl. Then you got the motherfucker that make people into mushrooms.
That shit in general is just wild.
This motherfucker just made a whole room of people into mushrooms. I'm just like, what the fuck? And he like the bad guy, like, like the ultimate bad guy or whatever.
Oh, I was supposed to have looked up this movie. I had saw.
You got one, Dish? Why you
Yeah, I
trying to
got one
find
if
it?
you still looking.
No, you still looking. Go do it.
I recommend old game, but still super fun. Star Wars Battlefront 2.
I gotta play that next. You got that?
Yeah, I got the. I bought it digital.
Ah, damn it. Okay. I'll probably just buy it tonight then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it should be super cheap by now. It got like the whole. It has the story mode that's a lot of fun, but then it has the whole multiplayer aspect.
Oh, okay.
So you know you can get online. They got like basically like how Call of Duty multiplayer. But what one mode that's super fun is like the heroes versus villains.
Okay.
So you know it's basically the same regular multiplayer, but
you
get the power ups of like certain rounds. Like you can pick who you want to be, like the hero or the villain. So like certain round you might be Darth Vader this round.
You pick villain every time, didn't you?
No, I mean it depends because a lot of times I do because I like to do the Force Lightning, but you know. I'm sorry, that's the greatest force power ever.
Yeah. What, the Force Lightning?
Yeah, that's the greatest.
Because you can only have it as
the
dark.
Palpatine. like did I can see did.
Well, you know, wait. Here's the thing, and I'm still on record saying this. Having the power of electricity is almost a guarantee that you're going to be a villain because you can only do this so many times before you say.
But to be fair,
like, I mean, but you can like, but technology is like the reason you become a villain is because if technology fuck with you immediately, you're gonna be like, I'm not even gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just get whatever you need.
It's not even just a dark side because we haven't seen any other. We've only seen the only other person we saw do it was Rey.
Yeah.
And that's Palpatine's granddaughter. It might just be his family.
Yeah. I just feel like, but it's just like because there's no way to showcase that you have electric power without looking evil. This can't ever look good. Just when you go,
like Static Shock.
I mean, Black Lightning tried to do it. Black Lightning tried to do it. You know what I'm saying? Black Lightning, you know. I mean, I guess.
It's still scary. Like no matter what, it look evil.
You can't.
You can't. As soon as you do this, it's like, oh shit.
You're right. But yeah, no, I recommend Battlefront 2, and I am on record saying that Force Lightning is the best force power.
All right.
All right, I'm recommending live by this. I found out this movie. It's called the Dark and the Wicked. This is a horror movie.
Okay.
It's not. It's actually. It's not on there. It's on my app. I found it on my app. But right now it's on YouTube. You can buy it on YouTube. I see it on Vudu, whatever, shit like that.
What the fuck is Voodoo?
You don't remember?
You
Vudu?
don't know Voodoo?
Oh.
It's so when you would buy movies from Walmart, you get a code, and then you put it on there. And I got an account. I got like 1,000 movies on that bitch.
I know what you're talking about.
You can buy it from Amazon Prime Video, so it might be if you paying for it, it might be on there too.
The cover look creepy as shit.
Yeah, but the dark is the Dark and the Wicked. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Dark. That's the story I was trying to tell you. Like when me and Liv went on break, I was trying to tell him about the movie I watched, but it was like
I'm gonna have to check that out.
It's about pretty much it's a very simple like poltergeist is like ghost demon thing.
I might not watch it then.
Like it's just,
yes, those.
Oh, you can't laugh at me and E.T. then, bro.
That's the only movies that I don't watch.
Those ain't the same.
Poltergeist didn't fall, like E.T. didn't follow you and take your soul, nigga.
It did. It took a part of me.
Poltergeist movies I don't watch because I'm like I feel like that's and exorcism movies. I feel like that's the type of shit that can potentially happen. So because I base scary movies off of what can happen, right?
Rudy type of nigga that walk in the room, like nigga get to speaking some language he don't know. He's like, oh shit, this nigga got it. Like,
so like I base scary movies off of how it is. So like I'm not scared of a lot of scary movies because I'm like I would never be in that situation because that shit won't ever happen to me. But poltergeist and exorcism, you can't plan that. You just somebody get possessed. I don't know how that shit's gonna happen. And the next thing you know, I'm stuck in a room with somebody possessed. And I'm like that. You know, poltergeist. I get a new crib. I'm thinking it's all good. The house talking to me. I'm like, fuck, like I can't predict.
So
that
you that nigga. You that nigga. Like sleep timer go off. You don't even realize that you like, oh shit, the TV didn't cut off. Like nigga, it's a ghost in this motherfucker. I got it.
On the real, that's Rudy.
Nigga be like, nigga, it was a sleep timer. Like, dog, nigga, that shit, I was in the middle of the show. It got dark. Shit got like,
I feel like that doesn't happen.
Rudy calling this girl like from a whole other place. Like, hey, when you just downstairs? Like, hey, TV and shit went out. Like, y'all need to get out.
Sleep timer, Rudy.
Like, girl, like he like that's what she like. She like, nigga, I set the sleep timer because y'all had me falling asleep down there. Like, no. Nigga, like it's a poltergeist now. Y'all better get out the house.
Y'all better turn on the light. Turn on the light.
At the house at the gas station. Like, y'all better get out the house.
Turn on the light. He be talking about that shit for weeks.
Out of all scary movies, those are the ones that kind of creep me out the most. Like, I won't say I'm like scared of them. Those are the ones I feel like the most eerie about. Is like those poltergeist and possession and exorcism movies.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, because I mean, you definitely like if you was in a house, like if we was in here right now, she flicker and shit like that, and then all of a sudden you see like Liv head just drop. I'm going.
Y'all ain't even gonna help me. Y'all ain't finna help me.
I'm not
everything.
Y'all just gonna leave me here, not even gonna check on me. Like,
I'll tap you as I'm running by. Liv, you good? You good?
I'm gonna grab your ankle on the way out. Like, boy, you better come out. Like, that's about it. After that, you ain't coming out. And if we peeking out that door, you all still sitting there like. Oh, he got us.
So during the hypotheticals, y'all really think y'all gonna survive, but lights flickering, like y'all out. Like
that's how I
survived. I'm not investigating. I ain't investigating shit. I'm getting out.
You was in here and niggas' breath went cold. Shit got the flickering, and it went black, and then the lights came back on, and your ass like this.
Why it gotta be me though?
I'm out of here.
Why I gotta be slumped?
Because you always be like, we don't know what you're doing half the time when we podcast. So
you think I'm summoning demons and shit?
You like, I ain't gonna say with this. So it'd be like one of them moments we just talking and be like, hey, why Liv ain't moving, cuz? Like, out of here, bro. You ain't even on your phone no more. You just out. Like,
I just slumped over.
Bro. Like, no, I ain't doing that. But no, yeah, Dark and the Wicked. Like I said, it was pretty much a movie about like siblings coming to a home. The parents was like the father is actually sick, and they don't know when you see it, like it's a regular illness, whatever. But the mother's saying like, no, he's been taken over by some demon or devil that's like tormenting us as a family, whatever. Of course, no one believes it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like even when it escalates and it goes straight forward, like from like the first 15 minutes into the movie, like it's never really a moment of like calmness, because it's like because they even do like a day thing, like it's like the day one they there, and it's like a 7-day ordeal that it's like, and it ends like I don't want to really talk about a lot of story, but it definitely ends with no one wins.
Right.
Like it just ends.
That was my favorite type of horror.
That's my favorite type of movie too.
Like, no, like when you thought it was the last part of the movie, like it's like you like, damn, they got her tall.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite type of horror movie. That's the most realistic.
Yeah.
What is it called again?
The Dark and the Wicked.
The Dark and the Wicked.
That's my recommendation.
All right, so I'm gonna switch up the OG recommendation because this is our last episode of the year, and we're gonna take like a 3-4 week break before we come back. So like the next episode,
really?
Well, because the next episode they're gonna get is the hits, so it's not gonna be a new episode from us. And
damn, I ain't even gonna be on that episode then.
The hits, nigga?
The one after the hits.
In January?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it'll be the end of January. I'll be gone. I'll be in Miami.
No, they're the one
First week of
the first week of January we will come back.
Because you got to figure today.
Boy, we got New Year's Eve. Like, it's
Yeah.
it's the whole week of December.
Literally, our next show would be on January 1st, which would be the hits.
No.
So are you going to be gone January 15th?
Oh, then the 15th. Okay,
Yeah.
no, we are. I should be on.
Yeah, you'll be here for recording. So, I mean,
he ain't going to have no hits. Like, what?
right. That's what I said. When you said, I'm like, you ain't got no hits. Like, you got hits.
Why are you so down on yourself?
But I did want to take the time to really thank all the new listeners, all the old listeners, and everybody that kind of tapped in with us, because 2020 has been a crazy ass year. And what we did within 2020 is we launched 2 shows. We launched 101 with Deuces. We launched Geekset Rewind. We started putting video out for the podcast. We started going crazy with the merch with Bacardi and everything that he was doing. And you know, like we upgraded, we purchased a studio this year. We upgraded equipment with Lib running frontline with audio and everything. And it's really because of the listeners. A lot of the love that we've been getting from you guys, it helped everybody believe. I know we talked about it when we first opened up Geekset headquarters, but like, you know, Lib, when we first got Lib up on, I mean, when we first started it, Lib gave it a 3-year, and the fact that like Lib is seeing it like, okay, you know what, I want to do this because of this, and we can see value in it, and you know, we've been on
We've been on, like I said, we've been getting new listeners. There's people who haven't seen One-on-One with Deuces who are fans of the Geekset Rewind. There's people who haven't seen Geekset Rewind who's a fan of the One-on-One with Deuces. There's people who haven't seen any of those episodes, but they love our merch. And I just want to give thanks to all those listeners, those viewers, and there's people that rock with us because it's really dope. Like, it's really dope to be able to have, you know, if I'm in a comment section or if any of us is in a comment section of a video to see those eagles emojis, I think that's dope that we are creating this hive and that it was built organically, you know. And it's like, it's funny because I don't think I told you guys, Bacardi and Liv, what I told Didge. No, I think I did tell Bacardi, but like the online fandom, they call themselves the Eagle Scouts. That's our fandom. Like they call themselves the Eagle Scouts. That's Geekset fans. But the emoji and the name and everything. I remember we had an episode where we was trying to figure it out and we was just kind of hitting the wall.
Right.
They created
everything for us.
Suggested Geek Squad. I can't remember who it was.
That was me, I think. I think I was. Okay. But like it's just dope. Like the fact that we got consistent people on the Patreon and we're still gonna build upon it more. But it was just like to me, it was like it's funny because when we first started Geekset, we had kind of idea where we wanted to go. Yeah. But this was not what was envisioned. Yeah. In full, and we're here. Like it's not as grand as some of the other people's fan base, but like to be able to have the few loyal people that we've never met. I don't know them from outside of internet. That they rock with us. They're gonna watch the videos. They're gonna throw the eagle emojis on the podcast or the comments. I think that's dope. And you know, like I just want to say I truly appreciate it. It's still humbling and crazy to know that we have people that really rock with it like that, who listen to every episode, who have favorite moments. Like just the other day, somebody on Twitter like reposted the putty sketch thing, and it was like, "Yo, this had me cracking up." Right. Like that segment.
That shit was funny. You gotta meet the quota.
Yeah. We did this 3 times. Back to training.
Like, Liv would get fired because his beard is like, you can't fit in the mask. Like,
putty masks don't go down here.
You gotta cut your beard off. You like, oh no, we good.
So like, you know, as we take this break, I mean, we're gonna do some improvements to the set. We're gonna work on some extra content and then make sure we come back in 2021 strong. But I did want to make sure I take this time to really thank everybody, man, 100%.
Thank y'all.
Yeah. I think we should. I didn't realize. Even like you saying, like I didn't realize it really is our last of the year. So like, I want to thank all. Even y'all. Like I want to thank. Like we've done a lot this year. Like we really. Sad. I mean, but it's our New Year's. Like we don't even
just because we're not recording for the rest of our film, we gonna see each other.
And in true Geekset fashion, the last episode we was arguing like a motherfucker.
We didn't argue. We was passionate. We was passionate, nigga. Romances, nigga. Passions, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
We lit. That's us though. That's 3 years of us as a group. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we really accomplished a lot in these 3 years where we are now. Like a lot of this is because of our love for our fans, our love for people who enjoy us in general. Like, you know what I'm saying? We all did this kind of thing not knowing where we would go.
Right.
We got where we are because people actually love what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So like we have to thank everybody. And I mean, like I said, like what we're all doing now is just like a skim off the top of what we plan to do for like COVID. And how this year ruffled us, gave us moments to really think about.
On the real. Yeah. Shout out to COVID.
Yeah, it was
unfortunately. Hate to say that, but
yeah.
For COVID. So
because
2021 is like it's gonna be a different.
Bro, remember at the beginning of the year, we had so many plans that required us to travel, but we had stuff set that was going to be big for us. Yeah. And COVID slowed it down, and the fact that we were still able to maintain and pivot and still come up with great content.
So I mean, but it's because we wanted to. We could have stopped, and there's a lot of people that stopped.
There's a lot of people
that took breaks. And did every kind of thing like. But that's what I'm saying. Like we are doing this, and we continue to do this because of a fan base that wants us to do this. You know what I'm saying? So we try to strive and learn new skills and apply ourselves, even if we don't have this assistance that we can get or whatever. Like we're doing it ourselves to keep doing better every year.
Hell
so it's like,
shout out to
like so this could have been like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it could have been a dead year.
Nah, bro, it's actually, bro.
I know, bro. I'm just
no. But I mean, like it could have been a dead year.
I don't even want to know how many. I don't like.
But what I
like
because the one thing that y'all don't see, and
this is like I don't want you to make stick we ain't got fans.
No, I was gonna say
Rudy Ruffin.
The one thing that y'all don't see, and that
his life bar depleted.
That I want to work on trying to get y'all to see more as well too. Is like so like I think out of everybody, I'm the one that's the most active, which is like other content.
Yeah, I mean,
right? But what's crazy is it got to the point where like a lot of these shows and these other content creators, they'll do like live shows and they'll have their live chat rolling.
Yeah,
and so I'll be in the live chat with the people. And when people see the name, whether I'm on the Geekset account or the Young News account, they'll see the name and the whole comment chat just get lit up with the eagle emojis, like just recognizing that we are there.
We're part of it.
And I think that to me that's so dope because I'm like, fam, I don't know any of these people, and you know, and it got to the point to even like on these places that I support, like the creator during their live, they will shout out Geekset, like, oh, shout out my boy Deuces and the whole Geekset crew. They here, man, shout them out, and the eagle emojis will fly again. And I was like, bro, that's wild because I'm like, I don't know none of these people outside of just they either saw our content, they heard us, or the creator, they know the creator and the creator knows. But the fact that it's like a call and action response. It's you hear Geekset or you hear Deuces, you put the emoji up.
That's what keep his life bar full. That's how he gets. That's how he keep them 3 EXs.
That's his active skill. Like his active skill is like fan base. But RPG talk. That's RPG talk right there.
It is. But here's where the thing. This is where it carries over because when Didge be premiering his Rewind, I'm seeing people who came from those places who be on normally on one-on-ones also popping up on the Rewind doing the same thing. So that's where I love it because it's like, oh, it's translated. It's not just only just Deuces. You know, it's like, oh, whatever Geekset's doing, I'm going to make sure I just even show up and put those emojis.
But I mean, that's what I say I love because it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like you said, we made the 2 shows. We made the 2 shows this year. We still have ideas of plenty of shows. You know what I'm saying? So even throwing these 2 shows during this time and using it as like our test pilots on like how to do better and bigger and what it got for us, like what it done for us, just doing it. Like knowing that 2021 that we go into, like I said, we're not going to talk to anybody again. No one's going to hear us again until we're done. That's next year. You know what I'm saying? So we're talking from a standpoint now of like really what we did for the year. So it's like, I mean, I feel like we really accomplished a lot and we really kind of put things in place. The fact that we got Eagle, the fact that we got Eagle Scouts, to like, you know, like the fact that people appreciate us. Yeah. Like the fact that people appreciate. Yeah, we have our own and we came from being like, shout out to Chris again, like we came from a basement. Like we came a basement drunk as a bitch. Like that's what I'm saying. That first episode is like
legendary episode. Swagless as fuck.
That first episode was iconic, bro. We didn't know what the fuck we was gonna do.
Hell no.
It was ASMR and shit.
That pilot, I listened to that the other day. I was like, man, this shit kind of trash.
I'm your boy Deuces. I have lived. I have Bacardi.
For real. Dog gave us spoken word before everyone.
And now we got Liv fucking battle rapping me.
making jingles for the beginning of this other shit.
Like if you've been really fucking with us for a very long time, you really can see the difference. Like you really can see, and you know that it's like we haven't hired nobody else. We haven't did anything. Like this has been us improving ourselves.
Bro, we
done fired motherfuckers. No, I'm joking.
We got 10K plus followers on Facebook, bro. Like we got people that when they see the Geekset name logo, it's just like
we got 10K followers on Facebook.
Yeah.
God damn. We hot, man. Holy shit,
bro! It's wild. Like people.
It's crazy.
People want to hear what we got to say.
Yeah, bro.
10K.
That just never ceased to amaze me.
I never even knew we had 10K.
You be on Facebook?
No.
Not on Facebook.
Absolutely not.
I used to also give updates when we was getting close. Then I forgot. And one day we passed it. I was like, well, we passed it. Whatever.
No, I mean, but that's amazing though. It's like those are people that just
they like our content
or not. Like they just.
They
like our content. They like our POV. They like the jokes that we have, and I think it's dope, man. So
I mean, it's definitely shout out to all the fans.
Dope.
Like, we did this, and I feel like for us, but we did this in the beginning. Like Rudy, of course, probably had the idea off the top, like we gonna be stars or we gonna do something big.
He always do. You know That's his life bar, bro.
Power. Like, yeah, I gotta get some new minions to get my power.
Yeah, on the real. Like, I don't have any. I don't have my old ones. I gotta get new ones.
I don't look at y'all as minions, man.
Hey, no, I like this. I got this treatment from with the Dig D and Friends for Geekset Rewind. So I like this. I don't get that treatment.
We part of the power bar of Rudy now. You know what I'm saying? Like we part of his power bar. Like when you get that, when you do that extra room and find that power up, like and they extend your bar, like
Sensu beans.
Rudy been had a power bar. He's been an amazing artist and been an amazing rapper of his life. And we put Geekset together, like he put Geekset together,
and like it's just got better, like for all of us, like it got better for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's just one of those things that I mean, we 3 years in, it's over. You know, the year about to be over. I love the fact that we're still doing this. There's not an issue. That it's not. Yeah, like it's not an issue. It's still we want to still do more. We want to we want to still go higher and higher with it. Like there is no dead spot with Geekset. Like there's just like it's an endless amount of opportunities that we can do, and the fact that we understand that, and the fact that we know that and want that a part of ourselves is like. That's an amazing thing. Like to be with us and rock with us for 3 years, see where we've made to now. Like 3 years from now, like we did this in 3 years. So it's like, what are we gonna do in the next year or next 3 years? Like it's like as long as you stay messing with us and rocking with us, it's like this is why we're doing it. You know? Man. Like, and you're gonna always just see more. So it's like it's just an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
You know
yeah. I got nothing to add other than our last Christmas gift to y'all. This super long ass episode. So for that time when you like, damn, I want to hear some new Geekset shit. It's like, listen to this long ass episode.
The long ass episode. I don't know. We may try to find some type of promo code we can use on merch or something like that for that.
I mean,
we'll figure it out.
We'll give you a discount for actually like this long ass episode. Like we might maybe.
It'll be in the description.
Promo code ET.
Yeah, promo code ET or long ass episode. Long ass episode. We'll let you know. ET might be. We might have a gift for some live clothing.
the live sticker. The live sticker.
Get the live ET. Just
please don't.
Hey, I might make a live ET shirt. Like,
God damn it.
They just touch your finger.
That'd be funny. Like, just use your hand, but I had an ET finger.
I hope we get a cease and desist order off over that.
But you know what? I want to end there. I'm not where like you guys know the OG promo if you've been there, but like I want to end there. I just want to say thank you guys, man. This has been Geekset, the only podcast that playing hip hop culture, geek culture. Enjoy your holidays. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Merry motherfucking Christmas.
Happy New Year's, and we'll see you.
Bling a little bit.
Yeah.
For the holidays.
And we will see you 2021, man. Appreciate you guys, man.
Peace.
Peace.
So Frito Santa.